Welcome to Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. What up? Good morning to everybody out there. Thank you for listening. You're on the FM dial right now in your car, at home. Maybe you have a transistor radio. Thank you for listening on the Fanatic app where you can listen worldwide, listen live, listen on demand. Everything you need from 97.5 The Fanatic. And, of course, all of our viewers on YouTube. Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic. Watch 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube. Just make sure you're subscribing to 97.5 The Fanatic. Watch live. Get involved in the chat. Watch whenever you want to. On demand. Go back and watch it later on. As we say good morning to Mr. Ray Dunn. Hello, Raymond.
Good morning, Johnny. How are you?
Well, I thought we were going to have a celebration, and I'd be chanting USA, USA, because everybody knows I was really into the tournament and rooting for the United States.
I was heartbroken for you. When it came to an end last night, I was like, John Marks must be sitting at home crying right now. I should shoot him a text, but I decided to give you a little bit of privacy in your morning of Team USA losing.
I actually rolled over and went to bed after it happened. I was falling asleep. And then Harper, I was actually, the eyes were closed. We say good morning to Sean Bryce. Hi, Sean.
Hello. Hi.
He's wearing the Bobo Bryce Harper wrong number USA World Baseball Classic jersey.
Our boy delivered. Better late than never.
So I'm surprised they even tied the game. Did anybody else feel like the game was, once Venezuela went up, it's like, uh-oh, this is trouble.
Yeah, it was like we talked about a number of times yesterday. Number one, I threw that stat out there, or, a fact that more Venezuelans live in Miami than anywhere else in the country. They already filled up the stadium the night before against Italy, 35,000. You knew it was going to be a home game, true and true, for Venezuela. Now, is that the end-all, be-all? No, because I thought that the lineup that the Team USA had were battlers, were guys that just weren't going to be easily put away. But more and more as that game went on, did you not get the vibe that we're watching the 2024 Phillies, 2025 Phillies? Like, it was just, we're begging for something. And they got the big hit. They did get the big hit, but unfortunately, Venezuela just too strong.
Yep. So they lose. It actually was, it was, ended up being very intriguing.
Oh, it was great.
For sure. There was electricity in the stands. Overall, I think the World Baseball Classic was a huge success other than Team USA not winning. Bryce Harper, we spoke a lot about him yesterday. It felt like a lot of people were talking about Bryce Harper. Is he elite? Is he the player? Blah, 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 blah. Well, listen, in a big spot, biggest spot for Team USA last night, 2 outs in the 8th inning. They're down to their last 4 outs, and bam, Bryce Harper goes deep to tie the game. Now, they couldn't hold it, Ray, but still, Bryce. And then it's the Bryce celebration. It's like in slow motion.
That was
the salute.
I think that was the best celebration. Now, of course, I'm a little biased, rooting for red, white, and blue. But for my money, how stoic he was, calm. I mean, he's a showman. And he knew, and that's one of the things. Look, we talked about it yesterday. Like, you were very passionate about you want more from Bryce Harper. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I always felt like it's there. And I'm not an analytical guy. I'm not a guy that gets bogged down by the numbers, but his bat speed hasn't dropped off. Like, the metrics are still in favor of Bryce Harper. So if he's able to provide you that pop, he can hit the long ball like that in a consistent rate, more consistent than we saw last year.
Yeah, well, not enough, but Bryce Harper ties the game, bottom of the 8th. Mark DeRosa, the manager for Team USA, didn't go to the closer, Mason Miller, and a lot was made of that after the game. Sean Bryce, DeRosa disclosed that the Padres asked him not to use him in non-save situations, only single-inning save situations, which is like, I totally get it. I wouldn't necessarily want my pitchers pitching, starting pitchers, closers. Miller goes in there. The Padres just traded a lot to get him to be their closer. He comes out and he throws 105 miles an hour and he blows out his shoulder or his elbow or whatever.
Can't have that.
But here's my question. What does it matter if it's a single inning save situation or it's a tie game in the 9th inning of a 2-2 game? Why would, I get the Padres are having a conversation and saying, listen, please don't use them in non-save situations.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a save situation and 1 inning last night?
I guess the carryover, Ray, you looked at me like you might have a better beat on this one. That's my guess.
He has a good point, but let's play Mark DeRosa after the game talking about why he didn't use Miller.
Mark, you said before the game that Mason would be available if you needed him, and since there wasn't going to be a safe situation once you got to the 9th, I was curious what went into not using him there.
Honoring the Padres. had we taken the lead, he was coming in, but I wasn't going to bring him into a tie game.
There wasn't going to be a save situation at that point.
I wanted to honor the fact that there was a situation there where if it was tied, we were going to use Whitlock. We had talked to the Red Sox about that, and if we had the lead, we were going to use Mason.
Okay.
So did the Padres really say don't use him unless it's a save situation?
Doesn't sound like that to me after hearing that follow-up. No. It sounds like, hey, this was the plan. We told the Padres what our plan was, and we did not want to alleviate from that plan no matter what. Maybe that plan should not have been, hey, look, we're going to use them, whether it's a get us to the ninth inning or a save situation, but we're only going to use them for 3 outs. I think that's probably what should have been the case, but it doesn't sound like that was the case. And that's, look, John, real quick, that's why I'm not bothered by losing. I slept fine last night. Under 8.5, easy. Okay? I slept fine last night with this team losing. They went to a championship game, fine, back-to-back years where they come up short 3-2. But when you have Skubal, who, I can only pitch one game, all right? And then, who is the best pitcher in Major League Baseball.
Easily, correct.
Okay?
Skeens ended up pitching.
Skeens did, and Skeens is great, but still, Skubal and Skeens would have been a little bit better for you, right?
Sure.
And then you get this nonsense. So, I don't know. Am I crying like sour grapes right now? Did Venezuela have to deal with any of those hurdles from other teams?
Luzardo didn't pitch for him.
That's fair.
He told him no.
Well, he was on a contract year too, right? So I think that had a little something to do with it. I don't know. I guess, I'm not upset that they lost.
So Skubal.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, honestly, if guys want to pitch, they can pitch. If Luzardo, because Luzardo actually, I think it's in today's Inquirer, Luzardo is being treated as a traitor in Venezuela for not playing.
They won.
I know, but he's being looked at as a traitor for not playing. And he was born in Peru, but grew up in Venezuela, or his grandfather's from Venezuela. He very much meant a lot to him, but because he said no, he was treated in these Latin American countries.
Oh yeah.
They've all said it's bigger than winning a World Series, and it's national pride. I mean, you think about Venezuela. I mean, geez, the United States just took their ruler out of power. Not that they didn't like that or whatever. I don't want to get political
who
here,
knows?
but still, there's a lot going on in Venezuela. I can understand maybe that why this is a big deal to them.
A little bit
down there.
Yeah, I would imagine that was in the back of their minds.
So if guys don't want to pitch, guys don't want to pitch. See, what I say is that it makes it difficult because then after the game, DeRosa's also talking about how, well, if we did this at the All-Star break, almost as an excuse, we didn't have everybody that we would have had, so it doesn't really matter as much, or the loss, we would have won if we would have had all of our guys.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you do it.
He's very lucky they got to the championship game. They got to the game, last night. I watched the game from start to finish. I don't know. Could DeRosa have done something different? I didn't really see that. Maybe if somebody wants to point it out, but I thought as far as managing the game is concerned, I didn't really have too much of an issue with anything that he did. Bats came up small. They had opportunities to get guys in scoring position and get them across the plate. They were unable to do that.
Judge and Schwarber struck out 6 times at 7 at-bats.
Oh, yeah.
With no hits.
And no one's saying a word about Schwarber.
Nope.
It's all about Judge.
Yeah, well, because Judge has come up small like this before. But when you're 3-4 hitter, your biggest bats in the lineup,
yep,
strike out 6 times in 7 at-bats, you're probably not going to score a lot of runs. Ray, you had a great point when it came to why, and I don't believe that the Padres said, because it doesn't make sense, that the Padres said you can only use him in save situations. If it's a non-save situation, I get it. If the score's 4-1 in the 9th inning,
yep,
you're not going to bring him in. But in a 2-2 game of the championship, you can't bring him in, Ray, but there's another good reason why maybe they didn't go to him, huh?
Yeah, I think they didn't go to him because Harper hits that home run with 2 outs in that inning. So
they're down 2-0.
You're down 2-0. There's 2 outs in the 8th inning, and you don't have Miller up. You think you're going to be down 2 runs going into the 9th, and it's very hard for you to justify to the Padres, hey, we're down 2 runs, but we really need that Mason Miller inning after we talked to you about not having that Mason Miller inning. So from DeRosa's side of things, it's like, all right, Whitlock's up because he's pretty much the guy that we said we would slot into this. We're down.
If the game was 2-2 entering the 8th inning, Miller's pitching the 9th inning.
I would think so.
I like it's been because the comments make it make it sound less like that the Padres told him only save situations.
Yeah.
The Padres probably told him, hey, listen, don't be just using him whenever.
Yeah, look, he got 6 outs. He pitched him for 2 straight innings in the game winner over the Dominican and 2-1 on Sunday. I'm reading that the general manager for the Padres said, quote, not ruled out, not decided. He went on to say, how we do with every pitcher, we evaluate them after every outing, see how they feel, and then calculate when their next outing is going to be. So he's in that same boat, close quote.
Well, they lost.
It would have been nice to get that extra inning. It really would. Who knows how it would have played out, but I didn't have a good vibe about it from the beginning.
All
It
right,
felt like Venezuela was going to win.
What did last night mean for Bryce Harper? Eric Kratz gave his takeaways from his performance, and Mark DeRosa says no excuses, but he has excuses. Tom McCarthy's going to join us at 11 o'clock. T-Mac. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Silver for America. I'm Ray done with this Fanatic Sports Update. And Team USA lost 3-2 to Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic final last night. Bryce Harper did have his big moment that everyone was waiting for. A 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Venezuela scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th. And Team USA falls 3-2, getting silver in back-to-back World Baseball Classics. Elsewhere on the world of sports, Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas earlier this morning. A.J. Brown, always the topic across the NFL right now. And here's back and forth Schefter had with the morning show.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points, yes.
So we'll see if what he has conveyed to the Eagles is something that ends up happening. Of course, they addressed the wide receiver room by signing Hollywood Brown to a 1-year contract yesterday. The 76ers fell 124-96 to the Nuggets last night. Flyers in Anaheim have the Ducks tonight. You can listen at 10 o'clock right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by the Hartford Auto Insurance. Drivers 50 and over count on the Hartford Auto Insurance for protection that brings peace of mind. The Hartford, your protection is their passion, provided by the Hartford Insurance Group, Incorporated. I'm Ray Tone, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
It's a pull. I don't know. I've heard the chicken noodle soup.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it's called.
But I think it's called
right?
chicken noodle soup.
Yes, it is called Chicken Noodle Soup. And today's One Hit Wonder Wednesday is brought to you by Rolling Stone's 50 Greatest One Hit Wonders of the 21st Century.
Nice.
You can guess where this one landed in the top 50 if you were so
50?
inclined to. This is number 45.
Ooh.
All right.
I tried to buy a Rolling Stone magazine like 2 weeks ago when I went to Barnes & Noble, and they didn't have it because it was on the Grateful Dead, and it was a special edition. It actually wasn't a special edition. It was regular March. They didn't have it, so I tried to buy it, and then you can't buy it solo without getting a subscription.
No?
No.
Not allowed?
No.
Seriously?
That's what I read. I just want the one issue.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why they want you to spend, are you willing to buy the entire year for the one issue?
And my wife was like, no, you go to Barnes & Noble to get that one or find it some way, somehow.
And they didn't have it.
They don't have it.
So who has it?
I don't know.
Need to find a real newsstand? Because, I mean, who sells a big spot for magazines anymore? I know Ray gets his Hustlers and High Societies at Adult World. But
No. That comes in discreet packaging.
Yes, like the Blue Chew Gold.
yeah. All right. Back to baseball, Sean Brace.
Yes.
So here's Eric Kratz, because now in baseball, nothing happens until Eric Kratz has a comment on it. But seriously, that Foul Territory, is that the name of his the podcast?
That's correct.
Yeah, man, they're killing it. Him and Brzezinski and Ken Rosenthal is the nicest guy in the world now. Just ask anybody that's worked with him. Thought that was interesting coming out the last couple of days. But here's Kratz talking about what did last night mean for Bryce Harper?
Bryce Harper is the same guy he was last year. He is the same guy that has been motivated to be the best that he can be. Is he elite again because of one swing? No. Is he clutch? Yes. That never changed. Even if he flied that one to the warning track, he still is the guy that you want up in the big situations.
Yeah, I mean, but then it's just been a while since he's been up in the big situation where he's had the hit. And last night, not even talking about, just with the Phillies. We know what he did in 2022. He had one of the biggest hits in Phillies history. Didn't win a World Series. But still, when you look at some moments he had with the Phillies, clutch moments.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little while, especially in the playoffs with that.
We said it yesterday.
Yep. And I haven't been one to...
Now, does that clock restart? Kind of like when you're at work and somebody gets hurt. It's like it's been this many days without somebody getting hurt in the warehouse.
The workers' comp?
Yeah. Now we do restart the
whiteboard.
Clock.
No.
That was a pretty... oh, man.
It's World Baseball Classic.
Oh.
But see, here's where I am. I'm not overly critical of Bryce. I really like Bryce Harper. I think he's awesome. He's been great for the Phillies, and he's been a really good player. Mm-hmm. Has he been elite? Has he been an elite player? Sean, only Bryce knows that if he can do that going forward. But for the most part, what you signed up for with Bryce Harper when you signed him, minus the championship, minus the World Series, he's been everything really that you can ask for. But now it's 2026, and from going to the World Series, each year from there, taking a step back, taking a step back, taking a step back, they still have a good club, but part of the reason why they keep losing these series
We got a really good club.
There it is
because the Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, the stars of the team aren't producing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bottom line, and Bryce a part of that. So they just need we need some more moments, man. That was a moment last night. Yeah,
look, his postseason numbers have been good, the OPS, all that, but just as of late, the last two series, the last time that we've had Bryce Harper in postseason play, he has failed to come up with that big clutch hit.
And he knows that. Dave Dombrowski didn't need to bring up what he did last year in the playoffs.
No doubt about it. There's a number of ways where you can take this conversation, like fear. Do pitchers fear Bryce Harper in that moment?
See, that's what you need to get pitchers getting back to, worrying about throwing them the fastball.
Correct.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday, but as his bat speed has declined, when your bat speed declines, guys aren't afraid to throw you fastballs. And he's been chasing out of the zone. He's swinging at balls. So even a great player like Bryce Harper, when there's a little bit of a book on you, guess what they're going to do? They're going to play to your weaknesses, and they've been doing that. And Bryce hasn't been bad. Bryce still had a good year last year. A lot has been made about his year last year. He still had 27 home runs.
Amen.
He didn't bat .230 last year. He still had a good year.
That's correct.
And he was injured.
Yep.
So this is one of these years where you do need to see 290, 32 home runs, 100 RBIs, a healthier Bryce Harper. But a lot has been made of him deteriorating and not being the same player. Okay, that happens with age.
You know, yesterday you went, and I'm not here to say I disagree with your take as far as the furry spikes and, you know, everything that comes with Harper, but there is something to be said about the showmanship. And he does step up, and he channels that type of emotion, and he comes through a lot more than he doesn't, at least in one man's take here, right? And you saw it last night. So my bigger point is I want Bryce Harper to be Bryce Harper. I want a little swag. Agreed. Like, if that's you step to that plate, that game is on your shoulders. Your team needs you to come through. He put that ball dead center field without a doubt, and he knew it. You see how calm he was? He calm. Boom. He throws the
if you look
up in the air.
The hit against the Padres and that home run right there, it was similar. I talked to him about it the following year at spring training, and he had said that he didn't really remember a whole lot. Everything was happening in slow motion.
He blacked out.
And that's kind of how he remembers everything, was just looking up at the crowd, and
that's awesome.
It was just a surreal moment. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
Because he did as he rounded third base, he did the
logo.
Yeah, the logo, the Phillies logo with his hands, and he did that. And he was doing that last night with the salute.
The salute to the third base coach. Love it. I got goosebumps right now just talking.
Yeah, it was a really, really cool moment. I'm ready for more moments like that with the Phillies.
Amen.
And has Bryce Harper held up his end of the bargain with the Phillies? He has. They haven't won a World Series, and ultimately that's what we're talking about. But in baseball, it's such an individual sport. No, Bryce has done that. But what I had said yesterday was, I'm ready for act number 2. He's done great. Now he's in his 30s. Now he's got to step it up. Now I'm not going to be warm and fuzzy over the Fanatic cleats and all the other stuff that he does. That's great, and I'm glad that he's into that, doing that stuff. Right?
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
You know why? Because you could have a guy that has no personality and doesn't do any of that.
That's true.
So why would I want that?
The Madhouse baseball cleats, John.
Is that what they are?
I want a pair of those.
I could actually see you rocking them.
Yeah, you know.
I could. So Mark DeRosa after the game last night said he has no excuses, but then he gave excuses. Here's Mark DeRosa last night.
Yeah, I'm not going to make any excuses.
Pause it. He went to. Are we sure he went to the University of Pennsylvania?
Oh man, D-Row.
And not P-Tech or Pennsylvania Tech?
D-Row taking a little hit.
Maybe he did like business or something like that, and he expected he was just going to be cubicle.
Hold on a second.
It wasn't communications.
Speaking.
I don't think it was
Did
that.
he go to Penco Tech? And nothing against Penco Tech, because automotive mechanics make a lot of money.
Oh, D-Row.
Are we sure he went to University of Pennsylvania? He doesn't sound like he went to the Ivy League school.
Coming up at 1 o'clock, we'll have the admissions director for Mark DeRosa's time at the University of Penn to break down his admission.
I think he went to Penco Tech, but go ahead.
For us, I think at the end of the day, everybody comes in with, it's early in spring training. Guys are getting ready for the season. Eventually, I think the tournament gets moved, and I think guys are in better form pitching-wise. But ultimately, it's who gets hot at the right time, who gets a big swing. It just seemed like we couldn't get the offense going the entire tournament.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with what he said there.
That's baseball.
Yeah, you could say that after every playoff series because it's true.
Yeah.
And when you say it's baseball, I don't like to hear that after they lose because you want to be angry.
Yeah,
you want to have the outrage after your team loses.
Oh, I could do it after my team loses, but not after that tournament in March.
But it's true that sometimes you just go up against the hot team.
Yeah.
The Phillies were once upon a time that hot team.
Venezuela was definitely a hot team. First time getting to the championship game, first time winning it all, of course. But it shouldn't come as a surprise. Their strength was their bullpen. Those guys were mowing down hitters.
Yep.
And they did it in the game against Italy when they took the lead, and they did it last night as well.
Do we have the home run call?
Oh, I'd love to hear this.
Here's Bryce Harper, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs. Runner on, tying run at the plate. Here's how it sounds.
Harper sends a fly ball to deep center field. Better late than never. Bryce Harper has tied the championship.
Good call.
What was a good call?
Better late than never.
Yeah, that's a good line.
All right.
It is.
I'll let you guys have the Joe Davis slander earlier in the week. Can we all relax on the whole Joe Davis slander?
No.
Can we all relax?
No, because he's a guy that was born.
That was Sean, not me. I said he's fine.
He all right. So let me tell you where I'm coming from. It's the L.A. theory, right? Where he is a Dodger guy. You know that his bias is there. People have done their due diligence and put out some highlights. That's one. He also came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, you're shoving them down my throat. Whatever happened to earning, like, your stripes?
Right.
Sean wants Dick Stockton on the call.
You know, like, for crying out loud, what's Chris Myers doing? NASCAR season's rolling on. I get it.
He ain't doing that game, that's for sure.
All right. Well, Joe Davis comes out of nowhere. He's being shoved down my throat every big baseball game possible. Now, I get it. He's worked his way up. That's fine, but you can't deny the fact that the L.A. Now, I'm not trying to come at Ray's people. This is his bloodline. This is his lineage, his people. I get it. But still, Joe Davis has been shoved down my throat, and I think he's okay. He's a professional announcer.
He's fine. I don't have a strong opinion either way. I don't dislike him.
I guess I do.
I think he's fine.
I'm just curious. What do you think Joe Davis was doing in 2009?
Oh, here we go. You're going to come with facts, and I'm going to look bad, but that's all right. I guess he was probably some intern for Ken Rosenthal.
He's probably doing play-by-play.
Schaumburg Flyers. You catch a lot of their games?
Oh, so he's worked his way up then?
Yes, he did the minor league thing. He
All
just
right.
ended up with the Dodgers. He was the guy that replaced Vince Scully. Like, of course he was in a tough spot.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he's fine.
He's good. He's good. He's a professional broadcaster. He's good.
I get it. Everyone has the swing of his life, catch of his life.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I understand that criticism.
The Dodger stuff, it's like with Chris Collinsworth, where every person in every city thinks that Chris Collinsworth's rooting against their team.
Right.
It's Joe Davis has the Dodger thing to where he really is rooting against your team because he's a Dodger. It's impossible for him not to root for the Dodgers, even if he's not doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
it's impossible.
He looks at anybody stepping up to the plate, whatever team he's calling on. Yeah, he's not Shohei.
All right, write it down. Write it down for Tom McCarthy's going to join us at 11 o'clock, who has a lot going on.
Oh, man, he does.
So if T-Mac was doing a national game for the Phillies, how does he try to not make it sound like when you're doing the Phillies game, you're not going to be impartial. It's not your job to do that. It's your job to do the game. I'm not saying that you're a total homer, but you're going to sound like you're the Phillies broadcaster.
It could be a little figment of my imagination, but however, people have hit the timeline with calls that have a little bit of a bias towards the players when they're facing off against whatever team.
I don't want to hit you with one of these, but you know who was really upset about the whole Dodgers Joe Davis thing after the World Series?
You?
Mike
Mad Dog
Francesa?
Russo.
Yeah, there you go. I was one of them. Just guess one of those guys. Yeah.
Well, he's right. He's right. But what is he going to do? Not do the game? Not to be the World Series call?
Yeah, actually, I'm going to turn down the paycheck of the World Series.
Well, it's not even just the paycheck. He's calling the World Series.
Yeah, absolutely.
Joe Buck never stopped. He didn't stop doing the World Series. Was he still doing Cardinals?
I don't
games
think he was
during that
doing
time?
Cardinals, though.
It'd be tough for him to do Cardinals and Fox and everything else. But still, he's a Cardinal guy. Everybody knows he's a Cardinal guy. He's a second generation. That was a legend.
Yeah. It's probably something that's something.
Let's go to my buddy Ed in Phoenixville, who wants to talk about the World Baseball Classic and the Phillies. What's up, Eddie?
Mr. Marks, good morning.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Oh, so here's the thing. Going into last night's game, I was feeling such a huge weight of fatigue across all four sports. I mean, you have the ongoing Embiid thing with the Sixers. You have the Bryce Harper elite thing with the Phillies. We have the A.J. Brown inertia with the Eagles, and then we have the Flyers always being 3 years away from being 3 years away. And I coincidentally found myself just going to bed earlier. Maybe that's just age. But I was just sitting there. I was falling asleep. Then all of a sudden the Harper home run happened, and he did the whole Joey Bats thing with the flip. That was awesome. And I'm right back into it. Like, I'm fired the freak up, and that was really, really cool. And then it was a disappointing ending. And my dad actually texted me, and he didn't go to Penn. He went to a rival Ivy League school. And he said, take his Wharton degree away.
Well, no, I'm checking on. I believe it's Penco Tech. It's not University of Pennsylvania. But we'll check.
I was curious. He did go. He did play football there, and
yeah, he did.
You know, having a nephew who went to Penn who actually got in on his own merit. He was also really good at football. They make concessions there, so I mean, for what it's worth. But no, I hopefully Harper can carry some of that momentum, pretty much generated from one swing. It's almost like a catalyst into the regular season. I'm just glad that we couldn't get hurt. The whole Mason Miller thing just grinds my gears. It's just one inning of usage is one inning of usage. Like, what's the freaking difference? And I just thought that was so weak by the Padres. But what do I know? It's probably some ham-handed risk management thing for him. But I don't know. If I were Mason Miller, I'd want to be out there
for sure. All right, Ed, thanks, man. Thanks. That first time Ed calling into to the program. Thank
Great
you,
to hear Ed.
But I thought Ray really nailed it. The game's 2-0. you're not going to bring in your closer if the game's 2-0, so he's not warming up. Are you gonna quickly be like, all right, throw 5 pitches and get out there? You can't do that to the player or the Padres. This isn't your player in a regular season game that you're paying your player to be out there to where he's going to run out there and throw 8 warm-up pitches and then run out there.
Yeah.
Can't do that. I unfortunately, I think that it really just was they weren't planning on using them. And then 2 outs, they hit a home run to tie the game. They had Whitlock already warmed up. He was ready to come in the game. He was more or less waiting to come in the game.
Whitlock.
So you go in and you go with Whitlock.
Yeah.
And he's not related to Jason Whitlock.
No, I know. Still, you just see that last name and Whitlock. I will tell you just real quick on the viewers. We have yet to see the last night's numbers, obviously, but the
ratings.
the semifinal against the Dominican on Sunday night, most watched WBC telecast ever on any network. FS1's most watched telecast since 2019. You got to think about football. I would assume. I don't know if SF.
They don't put football.
Yeah, they
in
don't. No,
8.7 million, which I believe was the number. Ain't a huge number, but it's a huge number for FS1.
And that ain't beating football, yeah. But still.
Well, it's not even close, but it's a big number.
Oh, yeah. Most watched sports event of the weekend.
Yep. Yeah, no, successful, for sure. It was. It was a lot of success. There was some buzz. As much as people were complaining about it, like, hey, I'm not interested. Got a lot of buzz.
A lot of buzz. Maybe.
Good for baseball.
Oh, great for baseball.
Did you see Manfred putting the silver medals on people's necks?
I'm glad you brought that one up, because here's the question. Yes, I did see that. So Harper got a lot of buzz.
Did you see he punched Manfred in the gut when he came up to do it?
And said,
he didn't do that.
No salary cap, dude. No, so, and again, I love Bryce. So with that being said, he went over to Team Venezuela and was dapping them all up. If Harper doesn't tie it up with that home run, do you think he does that? Like if they lose 2-0, Harper doesn't hit the home run.
I think it's a fair question. Can that be my answer?
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm going home. I'm out. See ya. If I struck out or I grounded out in that spot instead of hitting a home run, you know.
So that's a good question in football. Do you just not shake hands and you kind of just walk to the tunnel if you had a bad game and the team loses? If you threw for 3 touchdowns and 350 yards, but the defense sucked?
Depends how you played.
Are you hugging the other team?
Look good, feel good, play good. That's
Ray? Your thoughts?
I lean on the Jason Worth. He's very aware of his brand at all times. And Harper wants to be the ultimate baseball man, where it's like, you know what? I just respect the best of the sport. These guys played better than us tonight.
But also, like, it made you feel good.
Oh, yeah.
The Venezuela deserved it, man. I feel, honestly,
it's great.
Like, we all want our country to win, but, like, that was special. Venezuela, baseball's so important to that country. I mean, if you think about it.
Dudes were crying on the field.
Yeah.
I read that Bryce actually was shedding tears. Scott Lauber tweeted that out.
Oh.
No, I won't go that far. They're like, hey, real emotion.
He's an emotional guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've made him cry before.
Yeah?
Yep.
You made Bryce Harper cry?
Bryce Harper's, because his family was short on money. I read the story. His family was short on money, and his dad had sold something to his neighbor across the street.
Okay.
For money, so he could buy him baseball things or whatever.
All right.
And when Bryce got his first contract and was making money, he went, what was it? He went over and he bought it from the neighbor. He's like, hey, I want to get that back. And I asked him about it, and he said, look at my arms, and he's like, I'm getting chicken skin.
Get out.
And he started welling up in his eyes, talking about the sacrifices that his dad made.
His dad
for
did
him
do a lot of
growing
that.
up. Yeah,
very cool, nice.
Yeah, so.
Nice research by you, sir.
Yeah, I got Google. I had that Google.
Did he say chicken skin or did he say he said chicken? I don't use chicken skin. Never have.
Chicken skin.
I'm a goosebump guy.
Yep. But anyway, it was all in all, even with a loss, it was
chicken skin is nasty.
No, it tastes good though.
Just thinking about chicken skin now. Ugh.
Right, you get it nice and almost burnt. It's very salty.
Yeah, you're right. Dry that bad boy out.
Oh man, that's good. That's living.
You know what my daughter's eating right now that she loves, and it's paper thin seaweed.
Huh?
Yeah, seaweed.
The wraps?
Yeah, they come in this little small container. They're literally paper thin. They melt in your mouth. It's seaweed. I've eaten one. It tastes like fish food. Yeah.
I'm out.
Where's my wife getting them? She's getting them from the Giant.
Yeah, from the store.
It's not like crazy.
No
Whole Foods purchase.
No, you can get them anywhere. You can get them anywhere.
She's on a kick.
All right, so listen, we have a spot in the knockout tournament today, Middays with Marks, a spot representing our show in the knockout tournament, and of course, a pair of tickets to the 76ers game that night. So you will be on the hardwood after the game, and you can get your single game tickets right now, Sixers.com. It is March 25th. 76ers at the Bolts. We haven't done this in a little bit, so we wanted to throw it back out there. So this is the wild card spot. So there is no criteria. We're not going to do a contest today. This is the wild card spot where if you want in, if you want to represent, or maybe you have a son or a daughter and you want to win the spot for them to be in the knockout tournament, you're going to have to wow us. You're essentially going to have to give an interview, either on the phone lines at 610-632-0975, or you can send the voice text message. So send the voice message to 610-632-0975. We've been getting a lot of these voice memos on the line, on the Davis Honda text line. All right? Davis Honda. Feel the Davis difference at Davis Honda in Burlington. So from now until the end of the show, and we'll mention it a couple times here, but it's up to you. If you want to be in, you're going to have to convince us why it should be you. 610-632-0975 on the text line or on the phone line. And by the end of the show, last segment, we will say who is the winner. Also, with anything that we're talking about with sports, Sean, age, and when you send the voice text with anything, age, location, not age, name, not age, ASL.
Yeah, exactly.
Name, location, occupation.
Perfect.
That's it. Hey, it's John from Collegeville, Pennsylvania, and I'm self-employed. I'm a plumber. Get a lot of plumbers, a lot of tradesmen out there, right?
Man.
Appreciate that.
You know, look, you put the radio next to you, kill 4 hours listening to us, keep it locked to the Fanatic, right in the bill, and Ricky.
Yep.
Started in the morning with Andrew and, of course, John.
Clog our text line while you unclog whatever you got going on today.
Right. In fact, I sent a lot of texts to the text line this morning. I don't know if that was seen.
Oh.
Voice text. So you know what I did? 'Cause we're going to put it up on our social media channels. I actually took a screenshot of how to send the voice text, the voice memo on the text line. So I had to send it like I did a News at Noon with Ray Dunn song on there. 610-632-0975. Coming up, a sarcastic text about Bryce Harper and a text saying that he's doomed. Plus, Adam Schefter's latest on A.J. Brown. Ha. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Got something to say?
Coming up 11 o'clock, he will be on the call of the games in Tampa.
That's correct.
He's got 4 games on Friday. So we'll talk to him about that. He's got to prepare for 8 teams that he's probably never watched the second of.
He's calling 4 games.
Akron, Texas Tech, Hofstra, Bama, Iowa, Clemson, Florida, and the winner of Prairie View or Lehigh. So he's got to prepare, and then he's got to do the games. Once you prepare for all of them, I guess whoever wins, then you're much better off. But, Ray, how difficult is it to prepare for a team that you've definitely never seen before, and he's going to do 8 of them?
Yeah, much less 8 of them. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous prep level. The fact that he's jumping on with us right now makes him one of the great people of the city, of this industry, because I would be in full-blown.
Well, you can't do it for
closed
12 hours straight. You got to take a little break to talk to us.
On that level. Right. On that level.
And he's so good. He did the Dayton St. Louis game that had the unbelievable finish where it was back and forth, back and forth. We'll play it when he's on with us. And we'll talk Phillies with T-Mac.
I mean, they have a great roster of announcers. Can my guy get a game off while he's there? 4 in one night.
Well, you do all the games. They don't bring somebody else in.
That's a lot.
Think about the amount of travel expenses to do 2 different broadcast.
They got a deep roster on CBS. Plus, guys waiting in the distance like Ray Dunn.
Yeah, but
T-Mac doesn't want to go take a break. I mean, they have time between the games.
Clearly.
Imagine you're the one that gets the 2 games that are 20-point blowouts, and the other broadcast crew's the one that gets the triple overtime classic.
Now, does he get paid per game, or is it just a one-day deal?
You can ask him. I'm assuming that he gets.
Yeah, it's salary.
Well, I mean, I don't.
Yeah. Ray?
To do the CBS is probably a contract. This may be like a contractor thing.
I imagine it's game by game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For this.
Or, I mean, I guess for one day, maybe it's a whole package deal, but it probably is based upon the amount that he's making per game.
Well, there you go.
It's a little bit more than we make for a day's pay.
Yeah, I would imagine.
All right, so T-Mac coming up at 11 o'clock. But we have to check the Davis Honda text line, which is 610-632-0975. Feel the Davis difference at Davis Honda in Burlington. Ray, what do we have?
Has he really been all that in a bag of chips? I would pitch to Harper every day and twice on Sunday.
Okay, what does that mean?
We said that he's been everything he was promised. And we asked the question in the last segment of whether or not pitchers fear him right now. That texter seems to have taken issue with that.
Well, I mean, like I said, they didn't win a World Series, but has he been a disappointment here?
No.
If you say Bryce Harper's been a disappointment here, I don't think you're being very fair. Has he lived up to the full expectation? No, because that's supposed to be he's going to win multiple MVPs and they're going to win the World Series. He hasn't done that. But for the most part, he's held up his end of the bargain. No? Ray, do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been everything but the World Series at this point.
Yeah.
He's had his hand in that, but it's not all him.
Perhaps he could have been a little bit better of a player.
He's got 526 slugging with the Phillies. I mean, come on, man. You're not being fair about that. You look at the numbers as far as home runs. All right, what was Bryce Harper brought here to do? Let's start with that question. Get this team to the postseason because they were in a big drought.
He was brought in to be the star that was going to lead them to a World Series.
Which
is a lot. It's just not as easy as saying that, though.
Got to a World Series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been in the playoffs for 5 straight years.
Yeah.
So and Kyle Schwarber's been a big part of that. Zach Wheeler's been a big part of that, but he's been the face of the franchise since they signed him, and he's lived up. He's handled himself. He's taken on the role of, all right, you signed me, I'm the guy, and he has gone above and beyond to be that guy. Period.
Oh, yeah. And, by the way, a good team player where it's like, okay, you need me to play a different position, and I'm excelling at that. Like, I don't just push that to the side. He's a hell of a first baseman, and that was difficult.
Yep. He had a good scoop last night that got him out of an inning.
He's got a good scoop.
Yep. Any more texts there, Ray? Another one on
Bryce Harper may be doomed. Can't get over the hump to win a World Series. Can't win a World Baseball Classic championship. I know the Olympics are in 2028. I have a feeling that we won't get that gold either. It might just be the telltale of his career.
You know what? I'll take all the doom players that texter wants to give me. How about we start with Aaron Judge, if he's doomed as well?
I would take him.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
So Kevin at Cherry Hill, it looks like he wants to get involved in the Middays with Mark's team. Let's go to Kevin at Cherry Hill. Kevin, how are you?
Hey, what's going on? How's it going?
How are you, Kevin? What's up?
Good, thank you.
So you want to be on our team for knockout?
Absolutely. This is what I do for a living, fellas. I teach basketball shooting. I got mentored by the great Drew Hanlon for 2 years. So I work with a ton of kids in the South Jersey area, helping them correct their shooting form and mechanics.
Ooh, so he's a professional coach, Sean?
That's what I'm talking about. You got an Instagram page, Kevin?
Yes, I do.
You got to shout it out, man. You got because I gotta see what you got. The skills, man. Where are we at?
Good question.
Yeah.
So it's at Born to Hoop.
Oh, with a name like that, he's in. I kid. Born to Hoop.
Sir.
I love it. Sir. Now, did you use
the number 2?
The number 2. There you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Born to Hoop. All right, now is there anybody that you've developed? Are you like the shot doctor? What's the shot doctor's name? That taught for many years, the coach for many years. Anyway,
Herb McKee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You like Herb McKee?
Oh, yeah. Herb McGee's a legend.
Herb McKee.
A lot of kids in the South Jersey area. Cherry Hill East, I've worked with some kids from there. They had a really good season, went to the championship. Actually coach a couple of the Cherry Hill travel teams. One went to the championship, one went to the semifinals. But, yeah, a ton of kids from Cherry Hill, Haddonfield, surrounding areas.
All right, so you want to be now? Are you gonna give quick tutorials to our shooters, or are you just coming in to shoot and to win it?
I'm coming in to shoot, win it, help the team, whatever's needed. If I can definitely give a couple tips to some of the guys on the team.
Look at that, and Sean, you can DM him for more information on private training. Born to Hoop AAU.
I need to work on my game, Kevin.
Yep.
Need to work on it.
Anybody who needs any help on their shooting, send me a video clip. I can definitely give you a full breakdown on what to correct.
Did you play collegiately? What's the highest level of basketball you played?
So I went up to Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh, okay.
Very nice.
Went to Fairleigh Dickinson. Actually played for Collingswood long time ago. 2006, I was point guard. We went to the Group 2 championship and lost the championship to a really good Haddonfield team who had the center. I don't know if everybody remembers the 7-foot Brian Zubek. He went to Duke.
I do remember Zubek. Yeah.
So, yeah, we played Zubek's team, battled them. We ended up losing by 5 at the end of the game. He hit like 4 straight free throws to close us out, but it was neck and neck, back and forth. We had a gritty Collingswood team. At the time, we had the most wins in team history.
All right, well, listen, Kevin, we'll put you on hold. I would say you're a strong contender. It's still open, though, Ray.
Still open.
Got a bunch of mutual followers there, too, Coach. Nice work by you and teaching the kids.
I could use some help.
They're ugly jerseys.
You good?
Though. You got to work on those jerseys. Those jerseys are a little flashy.
I was working on the Leocourse floor about a week or 2 ago because I hadn't shot a basketball since last knockout. It showed.
I haven't shot a basketball since. Well, it might. Does my driveway count?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
Yeah, okay. Shooting a basketball.
Oh, by the way, you're supposed to shoot free throws. 46. What's going on here?
Yeah, what was that?
Timeout.
We don't have the time for that right now, but what was that?
No, but we need to.
We don't. We'll revisit that after T-Mac. Well, it's because of the weather this week.
Yeah, it's been a little ridiculous.
It's been miserable, but knockouts next Thursday?
We have to do it.
Or next Wednesday? Do we do it?
We have to do it
Tuesday
there.
or Wednesday?
We have to do it there.
The problem is they need to get us off of the court. So it's already like they're waiting to get us out of there.
I mean, there is a rim where the Flyers get ready in the hallways.
We have it out here. We could just do it after the show on Tuesday. The weather just needs to cooperate.
Okay.
Next week it's supposed to be in the 40s or 50s.
I'm going away in 2 weeks. We got to do this before
next week.
Yeah.
Next week. All right, coming up, Tom McCarthy on the World Baseball Classic, on the NCAA tournament, on being a play-by-play announcer for 4 games on the same day. And we'll talk Phillies and everything as well. Tom McCarthy makes his Middays with Mark's debut. Coming up next, Middays with Mark's 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Second place finish. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. And Team USA came in second in the World Baseball Classic. They lose the championship game last night to Venezuela 3-2 in the WBC final. Bryce Harper, a 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. But Venezuela scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning. And for back-to-back World Baseball Classics, America getting that second place finish. Adam Schefter was on this morning with Kincade and Salciunas, and obviously the big talking point still across the NFL is the future of wide receiver A.J. Brown. Back and forth with Schefter and Kincade and Salciunas.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points, yes.
We'll see if he ends up elsewhere. Someone that will be in Philadelphia, Hollywood Brown. He signs a 1-year, $6.5 million contract with the Eagles yesterday to join that wide receiver room. The Nuggets beat the 76ers 124-96 last night. Flyers are out in Anaheim tonight. They've got the Ducks. That game is at 10 o'clock. You can listen to it right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Odoo.com. All your business apps in one place. Running a business is hard enough. Odoo makes it easier with one simple all-in-one platform. Start today at Odoo.com. ODOO.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Are you kidding me? The Roots and Jay-Z Oh, John. What are you doing on May 30th, sir? Let's go. We're going to the Belmont Plateau.
I'm not going to the Roots picnic.
What are you talking about?
I have no interest.
Jay-Z and the Roots?
It's a huge deal. Huge get, for sure. But you go to the Roots picnic every year.
No, I know. I haven't been in years.
Oh, okay.
No, I tapped out on that.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool.
It is cool. Once they left down on Delaware and they went up to the Man, I kind of was like, a little too chaotic for me.
Yeah.
But are you kidding me? The Unplugged album, I still listen to.
Wow.
First the Fat Boys break up. No, every day I wake up, somebody got something to say. It's going to be unbelievable.
Well, there you go. Roots picnic. Will you be there?
Oh, with bells on.
Oh, you're going there.
Get gold passes. I'm bringing T-Mac with me.
I don't know if Tom McCarthy's going to be at the Roots picnic. He may be busy that day.
Might be working, yeah.
But he is a busy guy. As he's doing 4 games coming up on Friday. And he flies and he does a Phillies game, and then he's doing a Q&A down, and he's doing Preston and Steve show, then he's doing this and he's doing that. He's all over the place. I think he's at Tampa is where he's broadcasting from for the games.
Yep.
He joins us right now, the great and very talented Tom McCarthy. What's up, T-Mac?
Guys, what's going on? I am in Tampa, which is amazing to say the least. I mean, it's pretty funny how it worked out that way.
So let's first things first. Did you watch the World Baseball Classic?
I did. Yep, I watched. I watched a good portion of it. Obviously, I saw Harper's home run. I've watched pretty much all the games that have been on when I get back from the ballpark. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed the whole thing.
Yeah, it was like I don't know, like the early rounds, I was kind of like, all right, everybody's telling me it's supposed to be important. But then when you get to the final couple games here and you get Venezuela involved, I mean, the crowd last night, you could feel the electricity. And
no doubt.
And then Bryce hits the home run, and it's like, oh, my God, they're going to actually win this. Bryce is back. He's elite, Tom. Bryce is elite.
I will say my boys both have gone to separate games, and they said it was, like, overwhelming. Because we've all been to that ballpark in Miami where there's like nobody there.
Right.
So when it's filled like it's been acoustically, it adds a little bit of spice to the whole thing. But I thought it was great. You saw guys last night pitching for Venezuela that are pretty good major league pitchers, but not on the long term. But in the short term, they obviously have a lot of success. And I thought it was very good for baseball. And I'll be interested to see what the ratings are coming out.
Yeah, the semis got, I think it was the highest rating that FS1 had ever had, or since 2019.
2019,
yeah. So you had, I think it was at 8 million viewers or something like that. So I was looking forward to the game last night. Even the Italy and the non-U.S. games were must-watch for me as well.
No doubt. I think the hardest part, I mean, it sounds strange, and maybe I'm aging myself, was just finding where the games were on a nightly basis. Obviously you can find it online, but I'm sitting there. I felt like my mom and dad. I'm like, where's that? Because I'm in a place that I'm not familiar. Where's FS1? Where's FS2? Which I guess could be the same case for anything when there's a vast tournament like that.
Finding the guide at the hotel room TV is difficult enough to let alone find the channel. Yeah, exactly. That's
exactly.
Yep.
Before we get into kind of the tournament and you doing the games, what's the overall vibe with Bryce? All the stars are pressing in the World Baseball Classic because they're trying to get the big hit, and Bryce got the big hit last night. But coming off the way the season ended last year, Dave Dombrowski's comments, obviously Bryce felt a certain way about it. What's Bryce been like down in spring training? I know you've been down there quite a bit. You've done some games.
He's been great. Yeah, he's been great. I mean, we've talked a handful of times, obviously, before he left, and he's been his normal self. I mean, I don't think – there may be something inside where he's sitting there thinking, all right, well, I'm going to try to prove everybody wrong. But I think every athlete tries to prove people wrong. But he's acknowledged that it wasn't the year he wanted. But he's been great down here. I mean, the whole vibe has been great. From Crawford fitting in and Painter, and it honestly has been one of the more sort of relaxed spring trainings that I've been around in a while.
Huh, that's interesting. Because coming off a series loss to the Dodgers, which by the way, was a very competitive series, and as Dave Dombrowski mentioned, in his press conference after the season. It could have went either way. But now you're kind of a year deeper into the regime and the older players, and now JT's resigned. It's interesting that they're not tight in saying, hey, the window's closing, we need to do it.
Definitely not tight. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. I
yeah,
think,
definitely not tight.
But, Tom, I think that's great that these guys aren't going out there and they're not squeezing the bat to where you're seeing the knuckles are white.
Well, I will say, watching that game last night, I mean, it was reminiscent of what the Phillies have gone through from an offensive standpoint. So
Yeah.
I get what everybody's saying, and I thought that in the sixth inning, I was like, oh man, crunch time. And it's not just Harper and Schwarber. I mean, it was everybody. It was Bobby Witt. It was Roman Anthony. I mean, it was all those guys. Heck, Cal Raleigh didn't even play, which I probably still would have played him because he could have run into one. But yeah, I just think it's definitely not. They definitely don't have that sort of tight vibe. Not that they ever have, but it's not like they're. It doesn't seem that way anyway, from my standpoint.
T-Mac, I want to get to the club itself here, and obviously you're down there calling the games. And yesterday, Garcia goes 4 for 4, drives in both runs. The outlook. I'm getting a little over the top here. He rolls in. He's the biggest guy I've ever seen in a baseball uniform. I got him hitting 80 home runs in the first half of the season. Is that too many, you think?
Well, if he does, I think it's going to be a really good year for him. They lift it up. Listen, I think if he hits 13 like he did last year in the first half, I mean, it would be good, but it's got to be the second half where he's got to produce. I thought yesterday was really encouraging because they've been working on a lot, and I say they, Kevin Long, and his crew have been working on a lot to try to get his timing down. So, if you ever watch him hit, he has, sort of this tilt to the top of his bat. So that tilt, as you get older, it's a little more difficult to get it through the zone. So they're kind of working on that timing of when it gets started and when his comfort is. But I thought yesterday was a very encouraging sign. Guys, the wind, there's no way that a ball should go out to left field yesterday. I mean, unless it was on a line. And his was up in the air. And the fact that his went 367, it would have literally gone out of Baycare on a normal day. I mean, it was – but I think the opposite field hits, the last two games have been good. He's popped it to to right center field for singles and a double. But then he pulled another one later on. I thought yesterday was a really encouraging day.
Yeah, and talk to Tom McCarthy, who will be on the call for a number of games on Friday, which we'll talk about coming up in a second. But, I look at, reasons to kind of feel great about the team this year because there's been a lot of talk about, well, they're running it back and they're bringing back the same core and they didn't really do a lot to change the team. But Justin Crawford comes in and he's going to bat ninth. And he's still a young, developing player. But when you look at what they're going to ask him to do, Tom, and I think it actually is right in his wheelhouse, be patient at the plate, take your walks. His age, he's not a guy up there that's just trying to swing and hit the ball. His approach at the plate is great. He's got a high on-base percentage. He's going to play great defense. He's going to get on base. He's going to steal bases. Really batting ninth. He'll almost be like another leadoff hitter. Once you get through the order, if he can have a high on-base percentage and get on base and cause some havoc, now you have Turner, now you have Harper, now you have Schwarber, almost as the cleanup hitters behind him. So I'm really excited to see what Justin Crawford does in year one.
The other thing, too, is that just making contact, not striking out on that number 9 spot, whether it be pushing somebody over to third or bringing somebody in from third on a ground ball. That's what I've seen during spring training. The other part of it, too, is that defensively he's made a couple plays that are really encouraging from my standpoint because we didn't set eyes on him last year in the minor leagues, but some people said, I don't know what kind of an outfielder he is. Well, what I'm seeing is that he's a work in progress outfielder, but it's not what I was led to believe by people who watched him. I think he's farther along. So, and there is this personality that you guys will get a chance to see and hear when he gets to Philadelphia. There's a polished personality for a young kid, and I think that is going to help him as he moves forward in this year. And sort of under the radar, trying to contribute, but not be the guy, for this team.
All right, Tom McCarthy and Chris Walker on the call. It was Dayton, St. Louis. A finish that a lot of people couldn't believe. They even had the cam.
Oh yeah.
On Tom and Chris Walker. Here's how it sounded on CBS.
And now Bennett will drive it. Bennett goes up. Shot blocked from behind. Jones with the rebound. Extra pass to Connor for 3. Yes! goodness.
14 seconds left to play.
They got a timeout. Tom. McCarthy. 9 seconds. Avila from the middle. It's good!
What a game. It's not over.
Burkak across midcourt. High stepping. 3 seconds left. Goes up. Sweeps. It's tipped off. It's good! It's good!
They got to get off his time on the clock.
Latong tipped it in.
Oh, my goodness.
There's .3 to play.
Wow, what a finish. Chris Walker did not go to the Chris Wheeler School of Broadcasting, but
That's a good one.
It's funny listening to it without the video.
That's so good.
No, he did it. He was having a good time. I mean, he's such a good partner, and it was because the game was okay. Like, it was a good game. It was a good game. They held a high-scoring St. Louis team. They averaged 90 points a game to, whatever it was. And then all of a sudden, people started hitting shots, but it was the last 20 seconds. And, at that point, you're just trying to gather and make sure that you make sure the score's right, the time is right, and everything else. And but it was funny till I heard it there without the video.
That is funny. And, by the way, you got to keep your eyes on the floor just in case the coach gets teed up for running out on the floor.
Right. So there was a player, Deshane Montgomery, who ran out.
Oh, the player,
Yeah, but in my mind, I'm thinking the officials are going to look at it anyway. They basically were going to blow it dead. So I thought, because I thought the clock, I actually thought there should be less time in the clock initially until I watched the video when they did. I think they did a good job of not throwing the technical there. It happened last night too in the technical game.
It did. No,
pandemic.
Amazing call. I mean, you're on the floor. All this is going on around you, and you have to, like you said, watch the clock, everything around you. You have your and it's just, and it actually worked because there was such enthusiasm on the call. And what an ending. Was that the craziest ending to a game what is the craziest ending to a game that you've called before? Is that it?
Boy, that's a good question. That one, but there was also, not that it was an ending, but it was Princeton and Penn played at the Flester like 20 years ago when I was doing Princeton games on radio. And they were down. They scored like 4 points in the first half, and they were down like 27 or 37-4, and they came back and won the game. That, and then R.J. Hunter hit a shot in the NCAA tournament where his dad got knocked off the chair to win it for Georgia State or Georgia Southern. That one was crazy. And then my first ever NCAA tournament game was Princeton knocked off UCLA when UCLA was the defending national champions.
Yeah.
And I was a young radio, my first real paid job doing basketball as the voice of Princeton basketball. So that's still one. I still have the cassette for that. In fact, if I don't register the cassette tape player, I held on to one just for this. It sounds like this what it's calling.
We've talked about this before when you brought it up. I remember. I think someone from Princeton actually sent me an MP3 of your call to something after we had the conversation.
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah, I called them the Upstart Princeton Tigers. I don't know if I've ever used Upstart ever again, and I still have no idea what it means.
Fantastic.
Tom McCarthy, you are on the call in Tampa of 4 games on Friday. Akron, Texas Tech, Hofstra against Alabama, Iowa, Clemson, and then Florida. You have to see where they're going to play tonight as Prairie View and Lehigh. How do you prepare for 8 teams that you may not have watched this year so far?
Yeah, it's a grind. I'm on Team 5 right now. I'm just about finished with Clemson. So, I'm going to get Clemson and Iowa done before I break for lunch, and then I'll do Florida, and then I'll start Lehigh. I already did Lehigh this year, so I can do some stuff with them, but I don't want to discount Prairie View because, they obviously could win this play-in game. But it's just grinding. Like, I've been the last couple of days just kind of, printing, because I'm sort of getting to the point where I just use my iPad to score everything for basketball and baseball. But for these, I have my old book, my score books that I have. So you guys, Kevin Franzen, who played for us for so long, he is an Excel savant. So we've come up with this. He came up with this program, but it's my scorebook where I just press a button and these stats populate. So he and I have been going back and forth the last couple of days, making sure everything's aligned. So it's
Franzen
cool.
knows how to use Excel. I don't know how to use Excel, T-Mac.
I'm telling you, he is a savant on Excel.
It's gonna get you. Put that on your LinkedIn page. It'll get you hired. I like that.
No doubt.
That's exactly right.
So, of all the things you do, and listen, congratulations, you do a great job calling the NFL. You do everything as a pro. Is the tournament a special thing that you do every year that's not unlike anything else?
It is. I started doing it on radio for I was doing Princeton and St. Joe's, but then I did Westwood for a number of years, and it's just an honor because I think it's for everybody. It's kind of like that semi-holiday if you're a sports fan to sit Thursday and Friday and watch these games, and then eventually, settle into more of a rhythm after there's less teams around. But to do 4 games in one day, to have the trust of a major network to do those, it's pretty humbling, to be honest with you. And for me, it's pretty cool just to be part of it and, kind of finding out where you're going every year. Listen, I thought I was going to Portland, Oregon, to be honest with you, because I'm in Tampa. I'm in Clearwater. So I was like, well, I'm going to go to the farthest place. The fact I'm here is pretty cool too. So yeah, it's a pretty humbling honor, to be honest with you guys.
T-Mac, last one from me. Greatly appreciate a couple minutes as your busy schedule here. I'm just curious, like being a student of the announcing game, coming up and earning your stripes. Of course, you said Princeton games. About the Trenton Thunder experience, and your name is actually in the booth over there. So you've worked your way up. Is there somebody right now that's a young up-and-coming announcer that maybe you're seeing in whatever sport and you're going, that guy's good, be on the lookout for him?
Boy, that's a really good question. Obviously, the easy choice would be my son because I've watched him sort of develop, but that would be the easy choice. There are a couple of guys. I mean, Kevin Brown is really good, who does the Orioles games, who does a lot of ESPN games. I like his style. Obviously, Benetti, Benetti's 42. So I'm 57. So, I mean, he is younger than me. It's hard because there's so many people involved in this now. But I would probably say, between my son and what he's been able to develop and some of his friends, like he's friends with all these guys, the talent that is out there now is just absolutely incredible. And I always tell people, if you can do it for a living, it's the greatest job in the world. And I invite everybody to do it. And it seems like everybody's taken up on that invitation because there's a lot of really good people.
There is. I got one more name for the list here, and you look out for this guy. His name is Ray Dunn.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the producer of the show, and he's the voice of the Lady Owls, and you'll see him on ESPN Plus doing Temple games.
That's right.
How about that?
And he does it all. He does soccer. He's a lot like you, T-Mac. He can do a little bit of everything.
He's a grinder.
He is.
He's good. But that's good. It's grinding it and having it slowly happen is the way to go. I tell everybody, go to the minor leagues for a long time, get some time under your belt, and just don't rush the process.
There he is, Tom McCarthy.
You the man, T-Mac.
Before you know it, the Philly season's going to be started next week. But until then, T-Mac's going to be very busy. So make sure you're on the lookout. I'm sure you're going to hear the calls when they're bouncing around from the games. T-Mac's going to be on the calls of the games down in Tampa. T-Mac, Tom, thank you so much, man. We'll talk to you soon.
You got it, guys. Enjoy.
All right, there he is, Tom McCarthy.
I was going to ask if his son came out of the womb with a microphone in his hand like Noah and Iron Eagle.
Might as well.
We took 20 minutes and, dude, yeah. On that level, that stage, hey, man, he's a pro. I get it. But still, that can't be easy. Prairie View, come on. Who else? Clemson's a big name. Don't get me wrong. Give me the other teams.
Hofstra, Akron.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
All right, but it's one thing to know the top player from Texas Tech or the top 3 players from Bama.
No, you got to know everything.
You got to know everything.
Everything.
You literally have to become an expert on all these teams. And like he had said, he's after lunch he's going to do this.
Yeah. He's got his rhythm down, and then obviously you got to be situated, nice and organized. It's only going to make life easier. Ray, are you embarrassed that we played that call?
Oh yeah,
okay.
No, that's and also just naming me in that breath of Kevin Brown and Pat McCarthy, who was shouting out there.
Sean forgot about you. I didn't forget.
I appreciate that.
I didn't forget about Ray Dunn.
How about that?
I'm build him up any opportunity. He's a star on the rise.
He Sure
a
is.
true grinder.
Well, he's the right age to get a pro job. He's 25. Now they hire these guys in their 20s.
He does come off like 45, though.
Ray? Yeah, for sure. He's an old soul.
How about that?
Coming up, the latest on A.J. Brown from Adam Schefter on The Morning Show. Has A.J. Brown requested a trade? No insider wants to say it. Does he say it? The latest from Adam Schefter coming up next. Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Second place for America. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Team USA fell in the World Baseball Classic final to Venezuela 3-2 last night. They had an opportunity when they tied it up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bryce Harper with the game-tying home run. Here's how it sounded.
Harper sends a fly ball to deep center field. Better late than never. Bryce Harper has tied the championship.
But after that, the top of the 9th, Venezuela scores the go-ahead run, ends up winning the game 3-2, back-to-back silver medals for America in the World Baseball Classic. In Eagles news, yesterday they addressed their wide receiver room by signing Hollywood Brown to a 1-year, up to $6.5 million contract. So the Eagles added a wide receiver with the last name of Brown. Will they trade a wide receiver with the last name of Brown? That still remains to be seen. The Nuggets winning 124-96 over the 76ers last night. The Flyers back in action tonight. They're at the Anaheim Ducks. That game at 10 o'clock puck drop. We have it for you right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help you find your perfect bed. They make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Thursday night ice, and I can get pizza $1 a slice. So fill up my cup.
Is this Asher Roth?
I'm next on
Wow,
the table.
look at you with the poll here.
How about that? How about that?
Alec Asher? Is he a former Philly or a Flyer?
No.
Alec Asher would be a former Philly,
Right?
Wow,
Pitcher?
That's what Asher Roth
Feels
looks like.
right.
Yeah, he's from Pennsylvania. I didn't know. I don't know where
Asher.
Morrisville is.
Morrisville, Pennsylvania. It's like on the border of New Jersey,
Oh, how
Bucks
about
County.
It is. It's good geographic.
I think my cousin Chris lives in Morrisville now.
So this is the second time I played this on a one-hit wonder Wednesday.
Right.
It did make the top 50 for Rolling Stone. It's just my way of trying to become friends with Asher Roth
Oh,
because of the impact this song had on.
really?
Did it have impact on you?
I mean, in high school, we played this like, oh my God, the next 4 years of our lives are going to be awesome with the I Love College. And then you go back and listen to the I Love College song. It's like, yeah, college was great, but it wasn't this video every single day of your life.
It sounds like a song you'd like in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's
I am
definitely
champion at beer pong, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Bankers Club.
I would have loved to see what Ray looked like in 11th grade.
You don't.
No, I know I do. I want to see pictures.
That's good, man. I think we deleted all those.
He's still touring, still putting out music with a live band.
All right. Can,
All right,
can
we got
somebody
a Fillmore date coming up? Or
Can
something?
somebody that's listening that knows Ray, can you say, I'm sure there's, if you have pictures on your camera roll, can you send me pictures of Ray in high school?
Yeah, we need a
Instagram him, tweet him.
We need a baby picture after the Bill Colarulo image that went around the office last week.
Yes. If you didn't see it, we put it on Instagram. Dylan went around saying this is the host at the station right now. A family member sent it in a bill.
It might be the best video that Fanatic has put out in the last month or so.
Sean and I asked the same question. Is it a male or a female?
Yeah, I thought for sure that it was a girl. I was
didn't Connor say D-line him? Was the
I think Gunner had one too. Brandon Gunn was like, "Is that a girl?" Oh my!
No, it was Bill.
Yeah, for some play, which again we all
and
love.
Bill's a handsome guy. He just was wearing.
Yeah, it was an interesting costume. He was a play. He was in a play.
Oh, it was a costume. That's not how they normally dressed. No. I didn't hear the backstory. I just thought that's how they dressed.
It literally looked like somebody, the old school Red Baron, like the people that would fly like the old
green,
school planes. Yeah, it was that.
In green.
His mom told him that every football player did dance.
That's right. He did say that.
He was the only guy in the dance.
In dance, yeah. Well, they quit eventually, but my youngest is doing dance right now, and there'll be a couple of boys in dance, and it's great. They love it.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yeah, my daughter's in dance too. As a matter of fact, the Roots picnic that morning, she's got her recital.
Oh.
I'll be doing both. I'm doing both. I looked her dead in the eye. I said, I'm doing both.
Good. Good for you. All right. Adam Schefter on with the guys as he is every Wednesday. You knew he was going to be asked about A.J. Brown. Here's Adam Schefter.
I still would lean trade, yes. But again, there aren't a lot of logical landing spots. And I've seen plenty of receivers, i.e. Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, demand trades and be back with that team. Do I think that A.J. Brown would prefer to be elsewhere? I do. Do I think the Eagles would like to move him if they could? Sure. Is it going to happen? I would lean yes. There's a lot that's going to play out, and I don't have the destination, and I don't know what they're going to get the comp they want, and I don't know if there's going to be some reconciliation here, and all of a sudden they haven't moved him by OTAs, and he's talking to Sean Mangan, and he really likes what Sean Mangan's selling. I don't know. There's a lot there.
Yep. He also had said that he, with his gut, thinks he's getting traded, and he's been right all along. I went with my gut, and I've been right on this. Hang on a second. What? What do you mean? First, you said you didn't care about it. He's like, I don't care as much as you do. I don't care about it. And then it's like, and our reaction was, it's the biggest story in the NFL off the field. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And now, everybody's been talking about nonstop for weeks. Now he cares about it. And he said he's been back and forth. He's not going to get traded. He's going to get traded. He's not going to get traded. He's going to get traded.
Well, Schefter is notorious for a post that he's been saving in his drafts on draft day. So maybe this could be a draft day new rumor coming our way. We're a ways away from the draft. We're a month plus, 5 weeks away. Mm-hmm. But this isn't going anywhere.
But you notice he said that Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk have demanded trades. In other words, they demanded a trade too. In other words, A.J. Brown has demanded a trade. That caught John Kincaid's ear, so he followed up with Shefty.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points. Yes.
See, it's still the prefer. So here's the question, and John did a great job of pressing him and following up. Has A.J. Brown requested a trade? Because you notice, Sean, we talked about this yesterday. Everybody does word salad with this.
Mm-hmm.
Preferred, all else being equal. What did he say in the first cut that we played? No one actually says that A.J. Brown has requested a trade. Demanding a trade is a lot more than requesting a trade.
That's true.
Demanding a trade is saying, damn it, you're going to trade me or else. Requesting a trade is saying, I'd like to be traded. So as he demanded a trade, that's strong language. Requested a trade makes it seem it's a little bit of a softer landing. So but no one wants to say it. No one wants to come out and say that A.J. Brown has requested a trade because then it becomes official. Then you're saying A.J. Brown and his agent have went to the Eagles and said, we want to be traded. And everybody wants to beat around the bush and pussyfoot around about it, but no one actually wants to say it. So I'm going to say it, but I don't have the information.
Yeah. And it seems like everybody's trying to do the right thing here, right? Everybody just wants to be everybody wants to be happy in this case. AJ wants a new location. We know that that's apparently true. And of course, the Eagles want to make it work for him, but they need the value in return. So I get it from both sides. I am fearful, though, of if this does get dragged on past the June 1 deadline, which
then
I don't.
What?
Then exactly. Then I think it's going to be a little ugly.
Are we in training camp and a wide receiver goes down with injury and like Sam Bradford, all of a sudden you trade him in training camp? Here's the biggest fatigue factor with the whole thing, because now you're hearing Adam Schefter had his podcast where he essentially has regurgitated the same thing that every other insider has. This much we know. Howie Roseman isn't going to trade him for what he considers less than his appropriate value. That it's most likely now going to happen after June 1st, and then you're going to regurgitate the reason why, the dead cap, you can split it over the years or whatever. There's nothing else to report other than if there's a new team involved or if the talks are now ongoing again. What else can they possibly say about this? I can't take Jeremy Fowler, your boy, or Schefter, or Rossini, or any of these other friggin' insiders saying the same thing over and over and over again. If you're going to tweet out new things, there has to be new information. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it.
Well, there was new information yesterday.
What?
Jalen Waddle.
All right, so I have something on that, too.
How about that?
While it's true, and I think it validates, here's why Howie Roseman's saying we'll give up we want a first and a second for A.J. Brown. It doesn't mean anything. It only means something if a team is willing to give that draft pick. So, okay, Jalen Waddle, they got a first and a third essentially for Jalen Waddle. That's great.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean another team's going to give a first and a second for A.J. Brown. It just means another team did that.
That's fair.
Sure, it sets value, but if the Patriots are saying we're not giving you that, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, you're right. You know, my dad used to tell me about collecting baseball cards. Yeah, that Beckett manual could tell you that card, that Donnie baseball rookie card's worth $100. But if no one's going to give you $100,
it ain't worth $100.
It ain't worth $100. That's how it works out. I would just say that, look, when you have a player as good as AJ, and this morning, I get it. It's March 18th. Not a lot happening in the world of football, but there are people out there on television going, does Jalen Waddle make the Denver Broncos a Super Bowl contender again? Or increase their Super Bowl chances because they just made the AFC Championship game? Well, what about A.J. Brown? Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Make it happen already.
All right. Coming up, everybody takes off work. People get vasectomies so they can go home and watch the games, right?
Yeah.
So Sean Bryce will not be on tomorrow.
What?
And he's talked about how big of a basketball fan he is.
The first day of the tournament, he's off.
The first day of the tournament, not only is Sean off, wait till you hear this excuse for why it's got to work.
Whatever it is, I'm not believing it.
The dog ate his homework if he was in school.
This guy. Who is this guy think he is?
We will officially get the reason why Sean will not be on tomorrow, which coincidentally is the first day of the NCAA tournament, and will be at Parks on Friday.
Yes.
In Ben Salem, watching the games, broadcasting live from the sportsbook. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
You never stop thinking.
What's this? Uh-oh. I remember this song. It's a good song. I don't know who it is.
Is that Busta? Yeah, that's Busta.
Busta can't be a one-hit wonder.
No, it's not Busta. He's not the main artist on this.
Who
We've
is?
decided that we can have one-hit wonders where it's. This is. What's her name?
Well, regardless.
Lumity.
Yes, that's the
There
one.
you go. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right. Well, do we have a lot of listeners out there that take off for the Thursday and Friday? I remember doing it one year when I worked with Mike, and probably the last time I did it, because there is something about, all right, going to whatever establishment, going to parks, going to sit back, drink, eat, watch all the games.
Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable time. But I haven't done it in a while. But Sean Brace is off tomorrow. Now, some are saying that he's concocting a story because he wants to be able to watch all the games.
Man.
Because we're at Parks.
The stones on that guy.
On Friday. So all three of us will be out at Parks, Ben Salem, Bet Parks. We'll be in the Sportsbook app.
Oh, yeah.
Sportsbook app. In the Sportsbook. Watching all the games and talking about it and doing our regular show. So make sure you come out and say hello on Friday. But you will not be here tomorrow, Sean Brace.
I mean,
That's the reasoning behind that.
Yeah. Come on, man. What BS excuse are you throwing? Nah. I kid you not. I looked at the calendar like 3 weeks ago, and I go, is that really the first day of the tournament it's happening? My daughter, who's a kindergartner.
All right, let me write this down.
Yep. This is a good excuse. I won't lie about it. My daughter, who's a kindergartner, will be doing it's not a play, it's the spring, what did I say it was? Spring concert. Yeah, I got yelled at.
You thought it was a play.
I thought it was a play. It's the kindergarten concert, the spring concert at Conshohocken Elementary. And she is a star. There's only 4 girls that have something to say in it. She's one of them. She steps up to the microphone and goes, do, re, mi, so.
So they're playing music and she sings?
There's a lot of unknown at this point in time. There's a theme that my wife and I don't know about. Anyways, I looked at the calendar 3 weeks ago and literally was got bubbles in my stomach because I was like, no, these guys aren't going to believe me when I tell them that I have to head out for 11:30. First game tips at 12:10. 11:30, the concert's going off at. It's done by noon, apparently. And I come into you and I go, yeah, I'm going to. What did I tell you originally? I said, well, hey, man, I'll come in for the first hour. I'll leave at 11. You're like, no, take the full day.
Yeah.
But
we actually have, I don't know if you know this, we actually have some of the music they're going to be playing at the concert. Take a listen. Here it is right here.
Oh,
there it is.
Onions.
So the truth is, as many people know,
well played.
You only
well played.
One of the reasons why I'm working this shift right here and I'm not working a later shift is because I feel like this generation is different than our parents' generation, where even though I wasn't working the overnight shift, but getting home at 7 or 7:30 and not having dinner with my family and my kids and everything like that, the important things to life for me, it was important that I wanted to do that.
Yeah, I read that.
I wanted to I wanted to coach their teams. I wanted to be a part of that. Yeah, that was
when I read it, I go, is this guy nuts? All right.
A lot of people still think I'm nuts for doing it. No, they think that I lied and I was actually fired or laid off and they just used that as an
I never
excuse.
thought that. I always believed it. I was just like, wow, all right. I mean, and I always thought to myself, I respected it beyond belief. And I just was like, man, all right, good on you.
Yeah, I'm the one guy in the history of the world that
I think so.
Pass, I did the hard work of building a radio show and getting great success and having top ratings and then leaving.
Yeah.
That
swing set don't get built in the backyard for nothing, bro.
Well, it wouldn't get built now, that's for sure. I'm not making that money that I was back then. But my point is that even though it's a kindergarten concert, play, whatever it is, it's important that you're there for your daughter, for your wife, and everything else. And
oh, yeah.
That means that you miss a day, you miss a day.
Oh, well, look, the really fun part of the story is the fact that there is a March Madness party literally 100 yards away from the elementary school that I will be immediately beelining from A to B to getting there. And looking forward to that.
All right, so you have to make sure that you wait till the end of the concert. And you take pictures. You can't leave right after she's done, and then you're
I got to get the
Guinness in your face.
flowers, all
Yes.
that. Like, I'll miss the tip of TCU, Ohio State, but not Troy, Nebraska. 12:40, I will be there, baby.
There you go.
Look out.
All right.
Coming.
Not buying this for a second.
Oh, come on. I was selling it there.
All right.
What is selling it? It was a play, and then it was a spring concert. Last time I checked, spring starts this weekend.
That's a good
spring
call.
is yet to have sprung.
So, real quick, though, let me ask you this, because what would be a proper excuse? Like, give me your number one excuse if you needed the day off. And you have to keep in mind, as you said, I want to see a video, which I'll be posting a video.
Right.
Like, you can't call your boss the day of and say, hey, my toilet broke and my pipes are busted and there's water everywhere.
The stomach bug is going around. So if you said the stomach bug, you got to go stomach bug. The old standard excuse of diarrhea doesn't feel like it works much anymore, right? So
Pet emergency? I was always thinking pet. Everyone's sympathetic to the pet.
But here's something else that's used a lot more now post-COVID. I'm working from home because I'm not feeling well and I have the stomach bug. So I'm going to work from home today.
Yeah.
And working from home means that you're chugging beers at the bar at 12:30.
Damn right. Just keep that mouse moving.
Yep.
It's never really been easier to be home for the NCAA tournament, in my eyes, just because of that.
The work from home.
Yeah. The work from home, the hybrid work, and the
especially
not
Fridays.
feeling well. It used to be praised going into work when you don't feel well. Now people look at you and say, "Get that,
Right.
get the heck away from."
And on Fridays is typically people that have the hybrid schedule, they work from home
Yeah.
every Friday. So it's easy to work from home. You just don't have meetings in the afternoon. You know, you check in on your phone to make sure you're responding to emails and things like that.
But you have bosses that would give you work, and like I said, they have ways of measuring whether or not you are at your computer, moving the mouse, that sort of deal. I don't know. It seems like it would be easier these days, but I don't know. I think that'd be a little difficult to get off the day of the tournament, first and second day. Regardless, though. Shout out to Beef and the crew. They're heading to AC Thursday and Friday. There's like 25 deep rolling down there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wish I could do that, but I can't. That's all right.
25?
25 of them. And all ages. His old man, they're all rolling down there. I was talking to him. We did a West bracket breakdown last night.
Oh.
Yeah. All about it.
There you go.
Arizona, watch out.
All right, you have your brackets done? You guys did your brackets?
Got the bracket, baby. Let's go.
I was going to ask T-Mac for inside information on, all right, tell me about Akron.
It's a good team. That's
Hofstra, Bama.
That's the 12-5. You got to watch out for Akron.
I bet that kid on Bama had a pound of weed.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly.
Well,
throw him off the team.
Did he have it all broke up in gram bags? Like, that's what.
Does that? Well, I doubt he has a pound of weed broken up in gram bags.
Well, I don't know.
Does it matter? I mean, does it matter?
Yeah, because then you're selling it, essentially.
What do you think he's doing with a pound of weed? Smoking it?
Snoop Dogg would smoke it.
Yeah, right.
Smoke weed every day.
All right, coming up, News at Noon featuring Max Crosby, the start of the tournament, and an all-time Mike Francesa cut. I can't wait for this. That's coming up next. News at Noon with Ray. Next, don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
It's over for America. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Papa John's. Introducing new pan pizza from Papa John's. Order a medium one-topping pan pizza, just $11.99 when you download the Papa John's app or at papajohns.com. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. America got the silver in the World Baseball Classic, losing 3-2 to Venezuela last night. Bryce Harper hitting a two-run game-tying home run. In the eighth inning, it was not enough. Venezuela scored the go-ahead run in the top of the ninth inning, and for the second consecutive World Baseball Classic, America getting a second place. Elsewhere in the world of football, Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas earlier today. The big talking point across the NFL remains A.J. Brown. Here's the latest.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points, yes.
We will see if A.J. Brown remains an Eagle. Hollywood Brown will be an Eagle. A one-year, up to $6.5 million contract signed yesterday to add him to the wide receiver room. Last night, the Nuggets beat the Sixers 124-96. The Flyers tonight have the Ducks at 10 o'clock. Catch that game right here on the Fanatic. This update's also brought to you by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's new Lux Value Menu has 10 lavish indulgences, including the new mini taco salad, all for $3 less at participating Taco Bell stores. While supplies last, price participation vary, tax extra. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
All right, Middays with Marks and Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. And again, we'll be at Parks Casino watching the games in the sportsbook. That's coming up on Friday. And then we're going to be at Maggie's on the waterfront. Opening day, a special opening day broadcast, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Wow.
So all of our Northeast Philly people, come on down. And we'll see you there on opening day. We have Phillies tickets to give away that day, some limited edition T-shirts and stuff. So chance to come out and meet us there, Sean Brace.
I'm looking forward to that. Maggie's is a great spot, like huge, bunch of TV screens, and hopefully we get some sunshine, right? Am I asking for too much there? It's freezing
You might be.
today.
Yeah, we're in the third winter of the year.
Freezing this morning.
It's like this every year. You get the day in February where it's 70 degrees and everybody thinks that spring's here, and then it's cold for 4 weeks.
Back-to-back days, breaking out the shorts, pale body, ready to go.
And then you get this. Yeah, I hate it. All right, the Fanatic deal of the week. How about this? Ray, it's for Arnold's Family Fun Center. Right
You
up
need to take advantage.
Yeah, Ray, that's Ray's backyard.
I'll be there tonight.
I've been there many times. You'll be there tonight?
Going home.
You're going to Oaks tonight?
I am.
I thought you were going to Arnold's.
I think you're going to Arnold's.
I would
what are you
love
doing?
to.
Go-karts?
Well, check this out. The Fanatic deal of the week, 2 $50 point cards for the price of one. Arnold Family Fun Center in Oaks. That's $100 worth of go-karts, laser tag, bowling, video games, and more at Pennsylvania's premier indoor entertainment venue for just $50. Get the deal while supplies last, 975thefanatic.com/deals. And our text line is the Davis Honda text line. The Davis Honda text line. Listeners, please feel the Davis difference at Davis Honda in Burlington. And we have text coming in. We have voice text coming in. And we have people that are have a resume. That are giving their resume for the knockout tournament on the text line.
Very nice.
All right. So we have that coming up, but we should get to the news at noon with Ray first.
News at noon with Ray Dunn. News at noon with Dunn.
All right, we're going to start with what was the biggest story in football a week ago on the Max Crosby trade that did not happen. We got a chance to hear from Max Crosby on his podcast, addressing his time in Baltimore. Oh, how sweet and how short it was for him. He talks about being led around the facility and two people that very important to the Ravens organization that were not excited to see him, nor took much time to see him. He didn't run into Jesse Mintz or Eric DeCosta until the very end of the visit. Take a listen.
Like, before I left, I wanted to see the head coach and just chop it up, talk football, talk ball. Like, he's a defensive guy. Never met him before like that, so I wanted to chop it up. So I didn't get to meet with him till the end of the day. I didn't get to see the GM at all. I thought I was going to see him when I first got there. I didn't see him for 5 hours.
So he didn't come out the whole time you're testing or doing your physical. Everyone's talking about
Never.
The GM never came once out to see you.
And I don't know why. I'm not going to speculate. I didn't see him one time. I even asked the girl. I was like, "Where's Eric at?" Like, I want to say, you know what I mean? Like, he just made the trade. Like, I didn't see him for 5 hours. So I go and do my thing. At the end, they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you up." Joe was like, "I'll take you up and you go see the head coach, whatever, just before you leave." I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "That's what I want to say what's up to him." So I went back up. I dap him up, and they could just tell like the energy was a little bit off. And the GM was standing in like the hall, like in the room next to me to the right. And that was the first time I seen him. And I'm just in my head, like this is a whirlwind. Like, I'm so excited, like fired up. You know what I mean? Like, this is a new opportunity, whatever. And you could just tell the energy was off. Like, I dapped him up. He had like a blank face, and I'm like, okay.
Yep, that's weird.
Oh, absolutely it is. You got to meet a caliber player like Max Crosby, who you just gave up 2 first-round picks, and you're not meeting him at the front door.
Well, think about where Daryl Morey met James Harden
on the
tarmac.
On the tarmac, yeah.
He gave him a big hug. Meanwhile, he's there for 5 hours, and the GM, the GM is like the GM, the coach, maybe
Weasel.
the owner. You're meeting them, hugs. What's going on? Let me show you around. You're having a conversation. This is a huge deal. They give up 2 first-round draft picks, but at that point they knew.
I have to ask this question because I'm wondering moving forward. It took 4 days for him to get to. He did the podcast. 4 days later, he finally gets to Baltimore and he does this whole deal.
Was that what it was? 4 days?
It was 4 total days from the time that it was announced to the time that he actually took the physical. That's what I read. And that's not a field fact. I'm pretty sure I heard that correctly. If that's the case, if you're a player moving forward, hey man, the trade happens the next day, I need to take that physical. And teams should operate that way too as well. Very weird. This whole situation really is.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously. Yeah, I don't. At some point, they're going to make adjustments so this stuff doesn't happen again. But to your point, hey, why would you? I didn't. And Ray, I thought it was like maybe 2 days later that he took the physical.
2 days, because the trade we found out Monday night, I believe, and then by Wednesday they were out, or Sunday night. By Tuesday night they were out. It was one of the two. Because while I was gone, I was at Birmingham when all this went down. I was, of course, reacting to the Grant Calcaterra signing as it happened.
I know that was a big deal.
I was, of course, freaking out about that. But I thought it was a 2 day.
I'll have to pull up the article because that was a big talking point from that article.
Well,
and that's a changes. Look, he had enough time to do a podcast to say his goodbyes.
But it also proves that.
How about skip that step?
It also
next time?
proves that they already had buyer's remorse when he was there. Because why would you not greet him? It's before he took the physical.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you take the physical and then you're like, uh-oh, and then you're not talking to him. But they didn't see him for the first 5 hours after the physical. So they already had it in their head. What are we doing?
I am where I'm supposed to be, he said.
Yep.
Good for him.
Yeah, of course. Till he's traded from the Raiders.
Bring him to Philly.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
get to that. I feel like we'll bank that show sheet for like week 4.
When's the trade deadline? So this will be the weeks leading up to that.
Well, yeah,
the Eagles will
week
need
8,
help at
week
the Eagles will
9.
need help at pass rush. Adam Schefter will be coming on,
Right.
saying that they could trade him. So the Raiders, they could trade Max Crosby, but a lot can happen.
A lot can happen in this league.
A lot can happen between now and then. But they could trade him.
At least they flew him first class.
Oh, he wasn't sitting coach?
No, first class DC. Yep.
Yeah, to DC.
Oh, that's right.
And
He had,
to
that's
bust it
right.
From DC. Yeah, man.
Well, maybe they don't fly direct from
Unbelievable.
Vegas.
Vegas to Baltimore? Or
Man,
there
those
wasn't a
poor
flight?
Baltimoreans.
Wait, do they not have they can't charter a plane for him? I don't know.
Yeah, hook him up. It's Max
clearly.
Crosby.
They weren't given a contract extension.
That's true.
Don't want to spend anything on the plane. Really
That's
awkward
true.
charter back. All right, next up for you. Last night, this has been a bit of a lightning rod of a broadcast to open up the tournament. It was one of the 2 games last night featuring Brian Anderson, Dickie V, and Charles Barkley on the call.
Oof.
The issue, Anderson very under the weather. I don't know how many people out there heard him last night. It was tough. And so because of that, it became a lot more of a podcast of Dickie V and Charles Barkley talking about hoops. This is how the end of the game sounded.
And watch the offensive rebound by Weaver. Clutch time here, down to 2. Mark for the lead. Oh, he hits another one. 1 second left. Mark puts Texas in front. What a shot.
So credit to him on the finish there. Texas and NC State last night. Texas gets the win, being able to power through that finale. But if you go look online, it was either you love the fact that you got Dickie V and Charles Barkley chopping it up over hoops, or you hate the fact that, hey, these guys are playing an NCAA tournament game, and I don't need to hear more about the NCAA struggles.
Where was? Well, I don't even know. I didn't see any of it.
It was in Dayton, and
What was the game on?
it was
TNT?
on True TV, baby.
So it was a TNT.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had Dickie V and Chuck in the booth, and then forgive me, Brian Anderson. Did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had an issue with his throat, and he was under the weather. But you got to power through it. You're not going to take that game off. No way.
Unless they take him off of it.
Well, that would be a different story. But
I don't know if they had somebody that was standing by in Dayton to do it.
I've
That's
been.
the other thing. You're sitting there like, who is it going to be if it's not me?
It's
And
the guy
like,
that called the game before then. Like, I've been on record. I can't. Dude, if your job is to talk and you can't talk, you should not be on the air. Point blank in the
Agreed.
story.
But you think, from his standpoint, you think you're going to be able to get through it because the announcer is going to always. I've done it being on the radio, and
Sure.
and I had to be told by listeners it's difficult to listen to.
Correct. That's the point. Like, the program director or the guy in charge should be hearing this going.
Well, they sure as hell didn't do that.
No, they did not. And it was an NFL game that happened. I think it was with Louis Riddick and Dan Orlovsky, and I think it was Chris Fowler. Fowler was struggling to get through it. And it was the same thing. Like, dude, pull him off. It would have been even easier because there was a guy that called the game before that game last night. Regardless, though, that wasn't the only issue.
Did you listen to were you watching, Ray?
I was one screen World Baseball Classic last night. I'll be honest.
How was
Hoops fan.
Yeah, I wonder how Dickie V was. Do you know how old Dickie V is?
I mean, God bless him. But
88?
that's what the
86.
That's what the whole deal was. It was like, and I can't say it because I feel terrible even saying it.
What?
But it was just, the whole deal, what he's doing. He's raising money. He's a great dude. It's Dickie V. I'm not trying to say that's bad. But,
You want analysis on the game?
I just want a game conversation. How about just a focus? A little bit. That's it. A tad. There was none of that.
No?
No. There was Charles saying, I'm going to kiss you. And
Right. Well, Charles admittedly doesn't know anything about any of these teams.
Well, he's on the coverage.
I know, but he doesn't care.
No, he does not care one bit.
Hey, he comes into the tournament blind, and by the time they're getting done, he's able to know some players and stuff.
No, he did have some bites. I'm not here to say that he was awful, but it was tough. It was a tough broadcast.
All right,
that's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's what last night it was either you love the fact that Dickie V and Charles Barkley are hanging out, or you hate the fact that it wasn't focused on the game. I mean, that's the split, and that's kind of for the first four audience.
Who were the two teams?
It was Texas and NC State,
which was a good game.
Oh, which was the 11, so it wasn't Prairie View and Lehigh,
and it turned into a good game.
Yeah, so hey, it happens that way. All right, last one for you. This one wasn't going to get past the news at noon.
Oh,
this is what the news at noon was built for. Moments like this. Mike Frances talking about St. John's basketball. And if you are unfamiliar with the Johnnies, their best player, Zuby Ejiofor, is a Kansas transfer. Now, why did he transfer from Kansas to St. John's?
And he's a current player at St. John's.
Yes, current player.
Really good.
Right now, their best player. Why would he transfer from Kansas to St. John's? This is why you tune into Mike. He has the inside scoop on why he wanted to go play for the Johnnies.
Zuby can look really bad offensively, and he can look really sweet offensively. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially against Kansas. Because remember, he left Kansas, but that's a long time ago. And he left Kansas because of Embiid. And Embiid's a different player than Zuby. I mean, Embiid, when he's healthy, is a guy who can score 50 points in the NBA. He's a big-time talent. That's no big deal that that Embiid was over him. I mean, that happens. And he came and he found a home and had one of the great careers in the history of St. John's, which is about him and about Pitino developing him. He did a great job that way.
Yep. Listen, it's a good reason to leave Kansas.
Yep.
Now in his 14th year in college, apparently this guy, because when did Embiid leave Kansas?
2013-14 was one season with the Jayhawks. Oh, by the way, the guy that he's referencing from St. John's was 9 years old back in 2013-14. 9.
So I don't know if this is his real Twitter account because I never know with some of these guys that retire and go out and come back. But if this is Mike Frances' real Twitter account, didn't realize I said Zuby left Kansas because of Embiid. Would have been difficult since he turned 32 yesterday. Meant Hunter Dickinson. Graciously accept the rip, deserve it. The problem with that is, if you actually meant Hunter Dickinson, you're not saying he drops 50 a night in the NBA and he's a tremendous scorer.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot there. There's a lot there. And hey, man, podcast world, I guess people are tuning in to him still, and a lot of them are hoping that he screws up like that. So they got what they wanted there. I just think it's hysterical.
We sure did.
Like, dude, you sure you didn't mean Wilt Chamberlain?
Or he doesn't have a check mark, but he has 128,000 followers.
I would assume it's him.
How about Danny Manning? You sure? Like 80, what was that, 89?
88.
88, there you go.
It was Larry Brown's team.
Yep.
Danny Manning.
Oh, my goodness. Classic.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I say the wrong things all the time.
Yeah, there's nothing
but
wrong.
I wouldn't have thought Embiid was at Kansas.
But the difference is that what you just said. That's the thing. You just said what he would never say. This guy is never wrong.
No, I know.
Oh, I get things wrong. No, he would tell you that he's never wrong. These guys never wrong. Stephen A. never wrong. And that's the thing that when I get on Saturday, John, it's the first thing I say. Hey, man, like if you listen to me, I get things wrong. Like I'm not a know-it-all. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some sports. We're not curing cancer.
Yeah, he didn't, and I don't believe he tweeted this because he said graciously accept the rip.
No,
deserve it.
Right.
Words that never have been typed or came out of his mouth.
Someone from is he still Bet Rivers Podcast Network?
Yes.
Whatever. Yes. Yeah, someone from that
His
network.
producer.
Yeah, it was like, hey, I got you. Which, that's a fireable offense for producer if you tweeted that from his account.
Well, I mean, he might have told him to.
With that
maybe not with those words.
Yeah, graciously accept the rip. I mean, if I'm Mike, I'm like, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, that's not his MO.
That's not his style.
Nope.
What has happened to sports media? We've all gone weak.
I've heard that.
We no longer have a spine.
Oh, I thought that was just in Philadelphia, though.
I guess it applies everywhere.
You know, because what we really need as a sports culture in the city is to just tear apart the teams year after year and hold them accountable. Because that's what the modern fan wants. Maybe Buddy Ryan fans and Eagles fans that didn't experience 2 Super Bowls and watch sports to enjoy sports, No, we should continue to hold the teams accountable and kill the teams and not have fun and run players out of town and run coaches out of town. That's what we need. That's what the new generation of sports talkers in the city need, John Bryce.
Yeah.
Toxic sports culture.
Again, these podcasts, not enough of them out there.
Well, you're right. At some point, maybe we'll reach the limit of podcasts.
I don't
not
know.
enough out there.
I don't know.
Not enough out
Maybe slap a tariff on some microphones. Why don't you do that?
All right. So Hollywood Brown. Speaking of podcasts, Ray, Hollywood Brown was on. Was this with this is the Speakeasy?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had the Speakeasy on in a while.
I know. I haven't had a lot of players step into the Speakeasy. Been kind of a quiet time.
So McCoy, Acho, and Hollywood Brown.
It's a good get.
It is, because he signs and then he's on with these guys. And maybe it's the Shady McCoy connection. Or, hey, like, listen, there's a lot of people that watch or listen to this podcast.
Don't kill me. Ocho's a star.
Who?
Emmanuel Ocho.
Acho?
Acho. Did I say
ESPN
Ocho?
the Ocho?
You said Ocho.
Yeah,
You said Ocho earlier
Ocho
today.
Cinco?
Actually, back in the day at the Fanatic, up there in Westchester, Barnaby's, Emmanuel Acho, myself, and Swoop stood on the bar and sang the fight song back in the day.
Because at the time, the beer companies would hire him to be the player that would come, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
He used to get the $1,000 with the limo ride. He'd come on out there, sign autographs for 45 minutes, and go home.
Yep.
Not a bad stop, too.
I would have done it, too.
Barnaby's in Westchester. Hello.
So, are you saying you're going to take a step into the Speakeasy?
So, hold on. You're an Acho fan?
No. No, I can't fall into that category.
All right.
No, because he's one of those guys.
Yeah, no, he thinks he thinks he's really smart.
Oh, yeah.
Joy Taylor, apparently, him and Joy Taylor had a little thing going on.
Yeah, well, apparently she had a lot of things going on, but
Right.
I digress. He has his moments, and he proved his worth, but then he got a little bit too big for his britches, and then he lost his gig, and now he's doing this thing, which good for him. These guys have the opportunity to build their own,
Yeah, they don't
outlets.
need it. You don't necessarily need a network.
And
I agree.
And he's doing the work where he's going live after all these games.
He's working hard for
Yep.
sure. I think that the problem that Acho fell into was that FS1 decided, hey, we're going to copy every show's going to be a hot take show. So, like with Chase Daniel. Hey, Chase Daniel, you're going to be the anti-Jalen Hurts guy.
Yep.
And Shady, you're going to be the guy that defends Jalen Hurts. And you're Mr. Eagle, and you're going to rip the cowboy. And all those shows on FS1 were that same type of show. And then when it's like, yeah, these suck, I have First Take if I want that. Not every show needs to be that. So they got rid of all those shows on FS1 because no one's watching them.
Yeah, they did.
And they're making a lot of money to have no one watch them. So, but I think, Acho can be good. I think Ray used to say this all the time. Before he started that nonsense, he used to be really good at breaking down film and things like that. I think Orlovsky's a good balance of breaking down stuff, being fun, but then he gives some takes and puts some stuff out there just because he knows.
He does put himself out there, especially when it comes to the terrible food takes. But yeah, and his brother. I like his brother, Sam Acho. Not Ocho, Sam. Sam is a college guy more than anything.
But it's is it his brother?
Yeah, it's his brother.
Really, Sam Acho?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's what they said. Here's what Hollywood Brown had said, and he's talking very highly of Jalen Hurts. Listen.
Being across that sideline Super Bowl and seeing how calm, collected, dialed in he was and the throws he was making, you get back to home and you get on the TV and you see people saying what he can't do, and it's like, everybody get on TV, everybody got their opinion. That's why we love this game.
Yep.
That's why we love this sport, because anybody can chime in. You can't be mad at somebody, speaking their opinion. But I personally feel like he's one of the top vertical passers in the league. Like, as far as his deep ball is great.
You talking about Jalen Hurts still or Patrick Mahomes?
You talking about Jalen Hurts?
Let him know.
Jalen
I
Hurts.
don't hate that take. He hit deep balls, though. Okay.
I just had to
Jalen
clarify.
Hurts.
He hit deep balls.
Yo, this is what I deal with all day, though.
Can I not clarify?
He's
talking
one of
about
the
Jalen
best vertical throwers in the league, and that's attractive to a receiver. Like, he putting it on the money, and on third down when it matter, money downs, he can make it happen. However he got to do it, don't matter how it look.
There you go.
Let him know.
Doesn't matter how it look. He can make it happen.
So I'm talking about Hollywood.
I wouldn't say that's a compliment.
On the money. How
Yeah.
many times have we seen A.J. Brown streaking down that sideline and that ball is put on the money?
He throws a good deep ball. Certainly does.
He does. He needs to work on some things, and I hope he does take that next step in this new offense. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Big,
All right.
Big Jalen guy over here.
All right, Hollywood Brown stats in 2026.
Oh, stop.
We don't know who the other wide receiver is going to be.
No clue. But he's a burner, and he could take the top off. And I don't know. Is AJ on this team, John, come September, whatever, to open the season?
No.
Okay, then.
I don't think he is.
Then they need somebody else. Get me Juwan Jennings. You get Devontae, Juwan Jennings, and Hollywood Brown. I mean, even that's like, man, that's a drop. That's a drop off.
It's a big drop.
Yeah.
No, you need a legitimate number 2. If that's a first round draft pick or a second round draft pick, now you're relying on him to step in, and otherwise Darius Cooper or somebody maybe that you're signing in training camp. I mean, really, you look at the wide receiver depth that's available out there right now. You know, Antonio Freeman's not coming out of retirement to help the Eagles like they did, 30 years ago.
Hey, Johnny Wilson's still on this roster.
Yeah, he is
6'6".
Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah.
Tallest receiver in the game.
Oh man, yeah. What could go wrong with him? But they definitely they have some work to do if it's not going to be AJ, and it could be AJ. Let me just go on the record, even though I've said 95%, I still believe a trade's going to be made.
But
there's 5% that it's not.
Okay.
So if it's not, and we're going to talk about the 5%, then you don't have to worry about the wide receiver position, because then everything then it fits. Hollywood Brown's not making a lot of money. He's your third. It fits perfectly, because Hollywood Brown really is the third receiver at this point.
Yes.
And he's a burner. So, A.J. Brown, Devontae, different receivers than Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown's really one-dimensional. He's the guy you want on the outside. I know that he's been talked about doing some inside stuff. I just don't know if that's where he is right now in his career. So this is a good wide receiver room if A.J.'s there. If he's not here, then you have real questions.
The good thing is, I believe exactly how it just hit me right there. Howie Roseman knows he can't go into a season with a wide receiver room of Devontae, Juwan Jennings, and Hollywood Brown.
Well, they would have to sign Juwan Jennings, too.
Yeah, I know that, but...
All right, well, then what are they going to do?
I think maybe make some... Get creative, as they have said. Make a trade. Somebody else out there on the cheap that wants a new job. Hey, look, they once landed A.J. Brown. Who is the A.J. Brown that is on a different team that team is not going to pay them? So, therefore... You make the trade to go and get him. I don't know.
So you're trading A.J. Brown for a first-round pick, and then you're trading for another wide receiver with a first-round pick. That's interesting.
I just want A.J. Brown to be happy. Okay?
We all do.
All right.
That's what matters to us most.
That's it.
All right?
We're a caring show here.
Right, Ray?
It's the most irritating line you guys have continued to repeat time and time again.
But it's true. That's what we want. I think Ray... Are you going to do that next? When are we going to do that?
Yeah, let's do that next.
Ray's head's going to explode. And, Ray, you're going to have to set this up because this is your thing.
Yeah, I just continue to have the Micah Parsons clip of A.J. Brown from Super Bowl week talking about his love of Philadelphia thrown in my face. And I mentioned last week when I was out with my friend saying A.J. doesn't want to get traded. When is anyone from
Never
this camp
said he
ever
wants
said
to be
that?
traded, right?
And then I go on social media and I see Schefter doing the latest, which was really just him telling us that June 1st is a big deal. And someone throwing it up there with this is what A.J. said when A.J. wanted to talk about Philadelphia. And I just want us to try and bring a shred of humanity and a little bit of your own professional life experience to this clip that he's talking about Philadelphia. And I just want to dive into that a little bit coming up.
So we're going to play the clip to refresh everybody's memory, and then Ray is going to plead with the people.
I'm really going to plead for all of you to just think about it.
Fair
Think
enough.
about it a little bit deeper.
That's coming up next. And by the way, we had somebody earlier that's a really good candidate. But if you want to be in the knockout tournament, we'll tell you about that coming up next with the tickets to the Sixers game. 610-632-0975. Text line, voice text, phone line. Why should you be who we select today? That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Second place for America. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The U.S. lost 3-2 to Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic final last night. Team USA tying it up in the bottom of the eighth with a 2-run home run from Bryce Harper. Here's how it sounded.
Harper sends a fly ball to deep center field. Better late than never. Bryce Harper has tied the championship.
Venezuela would go on to score the go-ahead run in the top of the ninth inning, and Team USA for the second consecutive World Baseball Classic comes in second place. Elsewhere in NFL news, the Eagles yesterday signed Hollywood Brown to a 1-year, up to $6.5 million contract to add to their wide receiver room. We'll see if they pair Brown with another Brown in A.J. Brown. If A.J. Brown remains with the Birds, nothing new on that front as of today. The Nuggets beat the 76ers 124-96 last night. The Flyers back in action tonight. They've got the Ducks out in Anaheim. You catch that game right here on the Fanatic. Puck drop at 10 o'clock. This update is brought to you by the Hartford Auto Insurance. Drivers 50 and over can count on the Hartford Auto Insurance for protection that brings peace of mind. The Hartford, your protection is their passion. Provided by the Hartford Insurance Group, Incorporated. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic.
was questioning that this was a one-hit wonder.
No, I thought it was Train, the band Train, and I was like,
It's not?
No.
No.
This is
Daniel Powder?
Yeah, Daniel Powter. Powter.
This is when Tim McManus had a show with Pat Callahan. Rest in peace, Pat.
Yeah.
This was their fantasy football theme that threw a play underneath it.
The things
This
you
week in
remember.
pro football. Yeah, it was good.
The things you remember.
It was a well-produced segment.
You are a freak.
Yeah.
There was a lot of production in that show.
Yeah, very good show.
Remember
that show.
I had to sit in. I had to produce one time, and I was like getting sheets. And I'm like, this is a Saturday show. Like, I'm not here to work. Like, what are you talking about?
I co-hosted for Tim a couple times with Pat.
Did you?
Yeah, well, then Tim became a big ESPN national reporter. And
Big star.
Yeah, and then he had to let the show go because he's too busy.
Yeah.
And then we had some other people. Joe Torty, I believe, was took over, or there was a couple different co-hosts with Pat. But that's what I remember from that. All right, so Ray, are we going to play the so this is A.J. Brown. Do you remember when we played it? So we played it. What was our initial reaction? A lot of cliches there.
So many cliches.
Do we really believe that now it's over and it's like, okay, no, he's not going anywhere? A.J. Brown's a Philadelphia Eagle. He don't want to go anywhere. Here's A.J. Brown on Micah Parsons' podcast.
When I got to Philly, man, Philly welcomed me with open arms. You know, that's home, man, and I love them. You know, I love the support. I love the accountability. I love the everything else that they do. But it just Philly is Philly. You have to be there to understand. You from there, so you understand. Like
you can hear him smiling.
Yes, you can.
Smiling through the audio.
Philly is home.
So what's your problem, right?
My problem is the way it's now being weaponized against anyone that believes there's a chance A.J. Brown's going to get traded.
What do you
That's
mean?
my problem.
What do you mean?
I see this clip pop up consistently on my timeline of people saying, see, A.J. Brown loves it here. See, it's great here. And here's what I don't think people have really taken the time to sit and think about. The nuanced approach to loving a place and also realizing that maybe it's not what you want right now. Maybe it's not best for your career goals. Let's say tomorrow morning Connor Thomas wakes up and he wants to be a number one on a show. And he says, you know what, there's a job out in San Diego. And he goes and says, I want to take that job out in San Diego. Does Connor Thomas all of a sudden hate Philadelphia and hate Kincade and Salciunas?
He's more of a Rochester, New York type guy.
I just went with a baseball town. I was
Okay.
just like, that feels like Padres
Buffalo.
baseball. Feels like, Buffalo. We'll throw him wherever he wants to go. San Diego, I'm sure he wouldn't hate it. No one would hate it. But what I'm saying here is it A.J. Brown's burning hatred for this city? No, he can love the city. He can feel like he's at home. He can feel like, hey, the support and the appreciation around here is great. He can feel all those things and also wake up and say, you know what? I'd rather get 1,500 yards and I'd rather work in a different offense with a different quarterback.
It's the burning hatred for the quarterback. And I don't mean hatred as far as the person.
But see, this is what I'm saying. I don't even want to get into that because the crowd that doesn't
I know,
want,
it's not worth
they
it.
don't want to jump into the A.J. Brown, Jalen dynamic. So I'm just saying, from a thought process of strictly as a human, I want to speak to those people that think that A.J. Brown just loves it here and everything's perfect. Have you ever existed in a place? Have you ever existed in a workplace, existed in a relationship where it's not bad? You have good things happening. You enjoy what's happening. But you also can see greener pastures and you think you want to go pursue those. Like, because I feel like it's a very human experience to have. And every time I see someone post that clip, I'm like, have you never once desired anything else than what your current life is? Take away Jalen Hurts. Take away whatever you want to say about whether he feels a certain type of way about the head coach, quarterback, whatever it is. People use that clip and say he loves Philadelphia. How could he want anything else?
He's never said he didn't want to be here.
And he doesn't have to. Because you don't have to say the thing out loud.
But he just said right there he loves Philadelphia.
He does.
Okay, but he's never said he wants to be traded. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying that if you've heard enough people say that they're looking to trade the guy and Howie Roseman's trying to complete half a trade before June 1st and half a trade after June 1st, please allow the possibility in your brain that he wants to be somewhere else.
Howie doesn't really want to trade him. That's why he's putting that high price tag up there. Because he knows he's not going to get it. Howie doesn't want to trade AJ. This is all nonsense. None of this has happened.
Negotiation theater is what you're saying.
No, I'm just trying to play the other.
Trying to play the guy because it's the exact thing you'll see. And I just think that we are a smart group of people here. I think we are a bright group.
We are the show that people trust.
And I think for that, I just want you to put yourself in the workplace's shoes of a place that you're happy at, but maybe you see greener pastures from. And then you can kind of step into the shoes of A.J. Brown. Even if you don't want to look at the reality of Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, their dynamic.
That's where he loses me, though. Ray, I'm with you. You're carving a nice path. But we are in a whole different stratosphere when we start talking about these professional athletes, specifically somebody as talented who's made a lot of money like A.J. Brown. Right? Like, you could sit there and say, "Hey, man, I'm thinking it could be a greener pasture over here. That's fine, but you ain't forcing your way out of your 9 to 5. Hell no. It takes a lot of work to toss your resume out on LinkedIn and hope that you get a hit.
It's taken a lot of work to get this
For
guy
some
out of
people.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, for some people. For him, he made the. If we believe that he requested a trade during the season last year. And again, other than say Laquido and then BLG because he writes for his site, like these guys squirm when asked about it, to where it's like, oh, well, we're not breaking news that A.J. Brown has been happy. No one actually wants to come out and say it. It's been reported that he requested trades during the season. I've heard nobody say that's not true. I haven't had A.J. Brown come out and say that's not true. I haven't had the Eagles come out and say that's not true. I haven't had A.J. Brown's agent come out and say that's true. I haven't had sources that are telling Jeff McClain that that's not true. I've literally had nobody say that's not true. At any point, anybody could come out and say, no, my reporting is that is not true. Nobody has done that. And don't think people haven't investigated it. All right?
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't mean, listen, I just, at this point, I feel like I know where Ray is. Ray wants him to be traded just to prove these guys wrong. That the people that are saying, like, this is nonsense, it's not actually true.
No, this is the eighth circle of hell for me because I want him to be an Eagle, but I also want these people to realize that it's not something that's being, like, just talked about to talk about. Like, and that's why I'm trying to plead with the humanity of people. Like, I want you to just think about life. And I get it, where Sean's like, it's a different world than the world that we exist, that anyone else exists. I totally get that. But I just think if you've tried to think in your life of, I'd be happier in a different city, I'd be happier in a different job, I'd be happy doing anything different, he'd be happier when he is the focal point of an offense. That is what would make him happier. He wants the football in his hands more often, and he wants to play somewhere where that's going to be the case. And I won't even bring the quarterback into it because, again, I lose people there. But that's what he wants to be the case. So if he wants that to be the case, can't you realize that as a human, you might want something different than what you currently have? And it's nothing against the current city that you're in, the people that support you. But it's not an indictment of the Eagles fan that A.J. Brown wants something different.
But it's also, and it's impressive how calculated he's been through the entire thing. He hasn't, he's not freaking out to the media, right? He just doesn't talk to the media when he's mad, and then he puts something out on social media. Or he reads a book on the sideline. And he said the right thing during the Parson thing. And I firmly believe that he looks at Philadelphia and he looks at the fans and he's like, wow, like Philly's a really special place. But not everybody's the same. See, not everybody wants to play their entire career in one spot or work at the same job for 30 years. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I'm not somebody that can do the same thing I couldn't work at the same job for 20 years or work on the same show for 20 years or something like that. No way. Everybody's different. Everybody's mind and brain works differently. Ray, I feel for you because there is going to be some fatigue because I don't expect this to go away anytime soon.
Nope.
So until he's not traded, we may go into training camp and still be talking about this.
Whoa.
Which is really sad to think.
Not rookie camp in May. You're talking training camp in June and July.
Okay, so question. So when is the first camp after the draft, right?
Doesn't it go rookies and then it's like the following week? It's like everybody.
And then everybody's come, but not everybody. Is he there for that if he's not traded?
Still not June 1. I don't think he is.
I would say no.
If it's before June 1, I don't think he's there.
Because A.J. Brown also, and this is another thing that it's easily said, if this isn't true and he doesn't want to be traded, he could very easily squash this. I mean, that'd be the easiest thing to do.
That's another thing you could say. You're right.
His agent could come out and say this isn't true. They could put word, if they don't want to go on the record, they could put word to any reporter and say it's actually not true.
He's got 16 streamers he's friends with, and he knows how to use social media.
And there's not one person that says that he doesn't want to be traded. Not
Janky
one.
Rondo hasn't yet said that A.J. Brown wants to stay in Philly.
Janky Rondo.
And he would know.
Is he still streaming?
He would. I think so, yeah. I think he was on with Darius Slay last week.
That makes sense. All right, we've got a knockout resume to check. Also, do the Phillies have a PED problem? Somebody says they do.
Uh-oh.
We'll discuss that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Oh, well, fellas, The tourney is here. Brackets are busted. Underdogs are dancing. And the last thing you want is being one and done when it matters most at home. Don't sweat it. Blue Chew Gold has entered the transfer portal, and it's a game changer. Blue Chew just leveled up with Blue Chew Gold, a 4-in-1 upgrade design for both your mind and your body. We're talking confidence, focus, and showing up like a number one seed when your name gets called. The tablet dissolves and can start working in as little as 15 minutes. So no sitting on the bench, no waiting for overtime, just straight to tip-off. And when it's go time, you're not playing, you're not making a deep run. We're talking indie energy right here, people. Cutting down the nets, a one shining moment type of performance. Blue Chew Gold, don't get bounced early. Upgrade your game today. All right, let's get serious for a second. I just got my package in the mail, black envelope, very general packaging, so nobody knows what's being shipped to your office or your home. Quick as well. Placed my order on Monday last week, got it by Thursday, ready to go for the weekend. Fellas, upgrade your performance right now and discover your options at BlueChew.com today. And how about this? A little special offer for our listeners. You can get 10% off your first month of Blue Chew Gold with promo code YES. That's promo code YES. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information and bring home the gold with Blue Chew Gold.
and tipsy.
Oh, I'm tipsy right now. Of a Dayquil. Still hits me.
It's a good beat. Yeah, I have it on my Amazon playlist.
Oh, no, I was talking Dayquil, really.
Oh, the Dayquil hits.
Yeah, the Dayquil still hits me. Still gets you a little of that like
speed.
Yeah, is that what's in it? I don't know.
Well, no, the Dayquil doesn't have that. If you get the if you were to take Sudafed, it's the reason why you can't buy. Like for me, I can't have Tylenol products because I'm diabetic. It screws my blood sugar up. So I have to get Advil Cold and Sinus.
Oh.
Which you have to get behind the counter.
Oh.
So when you go to CVS, you have to give your ID, and then you have to go up to the pharmacy because it's not there. Because what happens is you get these people
Crazies.
that they buy all the stuff to try to make meth.
Is it that easy to make meth?
I don't have hard. I mean, Ray has a recipe. I haven't gotten the end. But
no smoking when you're concocting that.
No, don't.
No, absolutely not.
Well, he's got a mobile meth lab in the Avalon outside, so.
Nice.
Whoa. Please, this is on the record. People are wondering how I've been living off this radio producer salary.
But when you take the Advil Cold and Sinus, you
feel something.
Yeah, you feel something. Yeah, speed your body up. That's the whole thing.
Well, I got 4 hours, so I figured I popped it at like 9:30, felt it, had a Red Bull, and I think it just kicked in a little something
which
extra.
is great for your ticker to be drinking Red Bull on top of a 24-ounce coffee.
We're all going at
and
some
cold
point.
medicine.
We're all going at some point. All right, I'm okay.
Sean's asking, is it normal to have 112 beats per minute?
Why is my
arresting?
Why is my Apple Watch going off right now?
Yeah, you're fine. It's okay.
Right,
It's okay. It's what it should be. Ray, do we have so we're recruiting. I don't even think it's a recruit. It's more or less we're just throwing it out there to people. If you want to be on our team for the knockout tournament, which is next week, and you want 2 tickets to that game, we're just saying, impress us. And we had somebody that called a first hour of the show that is like a private coach for basketball.
Born to hoop?
Yeah. So we have one on the Davis Honda text line. All right, here it is.
How you guys doing? It's Zach Becker, South Philly. My date of birth is 1/7/1996.
Okay.
My occupation is area sales manager for a beer company here in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My social security card number, my social number is
Nice.
1, 2,
Well
3,
well played.
5. Screw the Mets. And I want to play knockout because they'll ball twice a week. It was my number one game growing up, playing against the older kids. 21, roughhouse, 5-on-5s, 3-on-3s weren't really for me. So I was the king of the court when it came to knockout. So if you guys want somebody to represent and bring home the gold, I'm like Team USA could do last night, hit me up. My phone number is 40.
We're going to stop it there.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean,
good sense of humor.
I would say that's the leader in the clubhouse right now, or the hoop guy.
Ooh, you would.
Well, I wasn't looking for the best basketball player today, and I'm looking for the best story or the best resume or the best reason to be on there. It's just the fact that he had a little bit of humor, but also he talked about Roughhouse.
Yeah.
Did you play Roughhouse growing up, Ray?
Probably by a different name, I'm assuming.
I don't know what the different name would be. Did you play Roughhouse? That's a no.
What?
Really? I'm the only person on the show that knows what Roughhouse is. Nate Tennyson, our associate producer, Roughhouse.
No.
So a Roughhouse is essentially one-on-one with whoever's playing, and there's no fouls. So you can hack and
we just called that basketball.
Yeah, that was hoop. Yeah, but
so you play with 10 people and everybody was on their own team just trying to score. And then when you get a basket, then you get to take foul shots. And if you miss the foul shot, then it ends. But you keep shooting the foul shot until you miss it, and you go up. I forget what you played to, 21 or 15 or whatever.
I played 21. I never played. I didn't nothing without like fouls. I don't think so. And then of course knockout. Yeah, all the time. 2-on-2. I mean, we used to shoot. Dude, we used to just disappear up the park. Like, it was just a different world.
Also known as 21.
There you go.
High-intensity physical variation of street basketball where 1-on-1, 2-on-2, or multiplayer games are played with minimal fouls. We would just play, if there was 5 of us, it'd be 5 individual players. And then you just keep track.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if you get the basket, boom, you get the points, and you shoot foul shots till you miss it.
You can't go over, though, because then you drop down to 11. Isn't that what 21 was all about, if I'm not mistaken?
Correct.
It's been a little while since I've
Me too.
been in that world.
Me too.
But, man, I'll tell you what a different world it was, John.
Oh, yeah.
Just up the park.
Right? You never played any of that?
21, we played 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you foul?
21.
Yeah, well, you never want to be the one in the neighborhood that was calling fouls. Because it's like, all right, you're kind of weak.
So you could call fouls.
Yeah.
But it devolved into there was no way there was going to be a foul called. So I kind of had that rule.
So I guess you guys called it 21. We called it roughhouse because roughhouse meant that there were no fouls.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Do we have another one? We have another voice message on the Davis Honda text line. What do we got?
Hey guys, Mike from Bristol, HVAC technician. Just trying to plead my case for the knockout. So I have been told on many occasions I'm baby Kyle Korver. A jump shot is very fluid. It's pretty much the only thing I can do out on the court. But I guarantee you I will not miss those jump shots. It will be all cash. It will be all net. Hustle unmatched. I've been training my entire life just to do this one knockout challenge for you guys. Guarantee I will not let you down.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
He has trained his entire life for this moment, Sean.
It is pretty cool to be on the Sixers floor.
That's something.
Yep. Especially when it's the return of Paul George night.
All right. What was his name, Ray?
That was Mike in Bristol.
Mike in Bristol. All right. All right, Mike in Bristol. Listen, my eyes are open. Our ears are open. If you want to get on the Davis Honda text line, it is 610-632-0975. Just make sure that when you go to send that number a text message, that you hit the little, if you're on an iPhone, hit the little plus button. That pops up a box that says audio. You hit the audio, then you can send us your actual voice text. So do that right now about sports, not about sports, with what we're asking right here, but just do it. Or phone call, 610-632-0975. All right, the Phillies, do they have a PED problem? Marcus Hayes believes the Phillies have a PED problem. Do they? We'll discuss and more. That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Second place, summary done with this Fanatic Sports Update. And last night, Team USA falling short in the World Baseball Classic final against Team Venezuela. Bryce Harper, a 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th inning, but Venezuela scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning. So second consecutive World Baseball Classic where Team USA is coming in second. This morning, Adam Schefter joined Kincade and Salciunas, and the biggest story in the NFL remains what's going to happen with A.J. Brown. Here's Schefter on with the morning show.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points, yes.
Remains to be seen if A.J. Brown will be here, but Hollywood Brown will be here. A 1-year, $6.5 million contract yesterday signed between the Eagles and Hollywood Brown to add him to that wide receiver room. The Denver Nuggets beat the 76ers 124-96 last night. Tonight out in Anaheim, it's the Flyers and the Ducks. That one at 10 o'clock. You can catch it right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Text Now. Some people still pay $100 a month for phone service. Text Now gives you 5G without the 5-figure commitment. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited freedom to switch things up. Try Text Now today. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Was I right? Nice. This is how you used to do. You used to dance through like this.
I have no idea what this is.
Oh shit! Laffy Taffy, Laffy Taffy, great candy. You don't see those around anymore.
Yeah, for good reason.
Why? What?
Horrible.
What?
All right, so I'm not a
sweets.
This is like a constant fight with my kids. When they want candy, I say you can have chocolate. So I'm like, you can have a Snickers, you can have a Reese's Pieces, you can have a Kit Kat. I want actual real calories. Even if it's sugar, I want real calories. They want Airheads, Sour Patch Kids, gummy bears. So I'm always pushing them away from that. I actually I was supposed to put some Airheads in my daughter's lunch today. She's going to be pissed because I forgot. So usually I give them a cookie. Like I'll say, well, have a cookie. Here's an Oreo instead of the candy. I don't want them to have candy. So I don't mess around with that.
I put seaweed in my daughter's.
Yeah, she's eating seaweed. Meanwhile, my kids are. We get the Reese's peanut butter cup Oreo cookies.
Oh,
not great.
There's too much going on there.
Not bad, but not. It doesn't really taste like. I eat a Reese's peanut butter cup for a Reese's peanut butter cup. It doesn't taste like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
And I eat an Oreo for an Oreo.
Correct.
Yeah, there's too much going on there.
Mint Oreo, thumbs up.
Okay.
Regular Oreo, thumbs up. Vanilla or the lemon, I guess that's the lemon Oreo, thumbs up. So I like the different varieties, but the Reese's is too much.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't need to cross stream. Sometimes we just got to.
Double stuff, thumbs up?
Oh, double stuff. Stuff me all day.
Damn right.
Sorry, what?
I get that one.
I like feeling it in my hands and.
Oh, man.
Fellas.
Yeah. You an Oreo guy, Ray?
Yes. That was in my lunch every day.
Yeah, I love Oreos.
6-pack, though. I'm not messing around.
6-pack?
Yeah.
6-pack of what? 6 Oreos?
6 Oreos, man.
Oh,
was that your lunch?
Geez.
No, I got the. No.
Surprised you still got both feet.
Did you buy or pack?
Pack.
Yeah, you look like a packer.
Of course, I'm packing.
6, come on, man. 4 is standard, right? You go and get a handful of cookies. The box of Oreos, whatever the package of Oreos is in your cupboard. You open it up. How many are you grabbing?
See, I'm a one at a time person.
One at a
two.
time?
Because I say I'm only going to have one.
Yeah, then who does?
I mean, it's either it's none or it's 10 for me.
Yeah.
I can't do just one.
I start with 4. I don't end at 4.
But when I pet, so every day it's my oldest daughter 3 times a week will buy. So then I have to give her a snack. So in the snack, I'll give a bag of it. Because here's the other thing that I do, and I'm notoriously, I'm not even going to say I'm cheap because that's not fair. I'm smart. I don't like to buy the individual bagged snacks. I buy the big bags and then individually give them. So like you buy a big thing of Cool Ranch Doritos. I'm not buying the 20-pack that has 3 Cool Ranch, 3, and then I get a bunch of Fritos. No.
Oh, no.
Bad value. No, because you're paying so much money for a little bit of chips. I buy the big bags and then I individually disperse it into the bag, into the sandwich bag. But in the sandwich bag, I will wrap up an Oreo in another bag and I'll put that in there as a snack.
Like, I'll do that with ground beef when I go to
Same
Costco, but I'm not doing that with rationing chips over here. I love it. No.
Yeah, because there's like 2 ounces in those bags. So you just I'll do like 2.5 ounces. I have a food scale. 2.5 ounces. I know by eye what it is.
You measure by scale, too. You weigh it
Portion
out?
control, yes. Well, I don't need to anymore because I know how much it is.
You're an animal.
Portion control, right? That's how you save money.
How do you have time to wash the dishes if you're doing that?
I got lots of time to do this stuff. You know how I have time? Because I don't do anything else. I live a miserable life. That's why you have time to go out and be at the bar for 12 hours with beef. Because I'm doing portion control on Cool Ranch Doritos.
Hey,
so like this morning was my middle girl never will buy. She's a very picky eater. So it was the Hawaiian bread, the King's Hawaiian bread.
Oh, so good.
She likes cheese sandwiches on that. Cool Ranch Doritos, and grapes. But with the grapes, you can't give them the whole grapes because there's seeds in it. So I have to cut them in half and then de-seed them.
Wow.
And then they go in a separate thing. And then a cookie goes in there as well.
You can't buy seedless grapes?
They're not seedless.
But why can't you grab seedless grapes?
I don't think they actually exist.
Oh, they do.
No, the seeds are in there.
Seedless grapes exist.
Where are
I'm
they?
a grape guy. I don't eat the grapes with seeds.
What color are they?
I think you can get green or grape.
So they don't like green because it's not as sweet.
What are they? What color is that? Red?
The purple. The purple. Purple
I
or
guess
red.
they're red grapes, but they're
grape.
purple.
No, but you have to cut into them, and then you have to cut them in half, and then you dig in with the fillet knife, and then you get out the seeds. Because if you just eat them whole, Yeah, that's why it takes me an hour every morning to put these lunches together.
Father of the year. I got to go look in the mirror.
You do. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Tell my wife this. No, I just because I'm always the one that's being like, I don't think you understand like how good of a husband and a father I am, because that's in dispute.
Damn right. Let them know.
My wife does so much work, but it's also like, all right, I do the same thing. It's just in different areas. I'm de-seeding the grapes in the morning.
Sounds like a wife talk segment maybe coming up here. I had that was a hitter yesterday.
Yeah. Thankfully, she didn't hear the White Talk segment yesterday. Otherwise, I would have heard about the White Talk segment.
A lot of unmarried friends I have enjoyed the Wife Talk segment.
Yeah.
So, Ray, and this is also something, and it's been good so far, because there's a lot of people out there that know my wife. It's just that you don't text her with what we're talking about because she doesn't know the context of how we're saying it. So a lot of time we're having fun, and we're joking. It's never received as a joke when she gets a text message of John's talking about this on the air right now.
Well, it's like that time you congratulated me on the upcoming birth of my child, and it was texted to my family, congratulations on Ray becoming a dad. And that was a panic amongst the house.
That's great. That's so good.
I'm not going to be a father.
Or when we talk about Ray smoking, which isn't a lie because he is a smoker. A lot of people think that that's a bit. It's not.
It is.
Well, you're not a full-time smoker.
No.
Most people aren't.
Yeah.
Although the people that are in Wawa in the morning, let me get 2 bags of Marlboro.
You say that there's not a lot of people that are smokers. I always find myself behind someone in line at Wawa that wants a pack of smokes.
All right, Dane just texted me and said that seedless grapes exist. Well, I want to know where they are because you know how long it takes to de-seed grapes?
I've been eating grapes my whole life.
With no seeds in them.
No seeds.
Where do I get these?
The Giant has them.
All right, so when you see the seedless watermelon, all that means is the big black seeds aren't in there. You still have the other seeds that are in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet that. That's fine. You're right. But these grapes don't have seeds. I'm telling you. You just pop them in like Tic Tacs and you're eating them. You're not fearing anything chipping a tooth. You're
All
good.
right.
No seeds.
All right. No seams, no stems, no stress?
That's it. Just that sticky icky. Ooh-wee. Put it in the air.
All right, so do the Philadelphia Phillies have a PED problem?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, the one person in the city that would probably say yes has said yes.
Of course.
And his name is Marcus Hayes. And this is coming off of the Johan Rojas PED suspension, which, by the way, I'm not an expert on PEDs, but I looked up whatever he tested positive for.
Okay.
This isn't a GNC substance that he took by accident. It said, I didn't know that it had that in there. No, we're talking about a veterinary steroid. Ooh. This is something they give to horses. It's illegal for horses, too. It's supposed to really help not only the building of the muscle, but also the coat of the horse.
Oh, so Rojas was, looking for maybe some help with his hair while he was trying to get a little extra juice with the bat?
For sure.
How it works?
It was his hair more than he didn't realize it.
All right, then I can respect that a little bit.
Just went to Morgenstern.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, you can get the vitamin supplementation.
I saw it come down. The Phillies put out the report over the weekend or the statement. I didn't even follow up with this. So he's gone for 80, correct?
He's gone for 80. Yeah. He appealed it. They said no.
Yeah.
He appealed it. That's fine. I don't care. I mean, did anybody think he was going to win on appeal?
No. That's why I kind of let it go and was like, oh, okay.
So here's it said, when you think of PEDs in baseball, you certainly don't think of the Phillies, writes Marcus Hayes. You should.
Oh, my goodness, Marcus Hayes.
When an arbiter upheld the appeal of Johan Rojas' 80-game suspension for testing positive for whatever the name of it is, boldenone, he became the 8th Philly to be suspended for PEDs since 2009. He's the 9th if you include Max Kepler, who's a free agent, but he played with the Phillies last season and was suspended for 80 games.
I think you include Kepler in this.
So I would say 9.
Yeah.
Because he was with the team when he did it.
Absolutely.
Rojas is the 3rd player with links to the Phillies to be suspended within a calendar year. Jose Alvarado was suspended for 80 games. Among other Phillies suspended, remember Alec Asher I mentioned earlier? He was suspended for steroids.
When was the last time he was mentioned twice on the Sports Talk radio show?
Never! Daniel Stumpf. Antonio Bastardo. His nickname was the Bastard. Carlos Ruiz. Shortstop Freddie Galvis.
Ooh.
And J.C. Romero. They're setting records. No other franchise has had as many suspensions since 2009. No other franchise has ever had as many as 3 players connected with it in the same calendar year. So the questions remain. All teams instruct their players to be careful, but are the Phillies not doing a good enough job? Is there an undercurrent with the Phillies that entices players to take chances that doesn't exist on other teams? Your thoughts, Sean Bryce?
These are the questions that Marcus Hayes is asking.
So Marcus Hayes has to be the guy because no one else is going to do it in the city that has to write pieces like this. And when Angelo talks about Marcus Hayes and says, "Oh, Marcus Hayes is the only guy that does this," I'm not necessarily saying it as a compliment. And I like Marcus. I actually like Marcus, but like he is the one guy that's going to be like, all right, we need a controversial piece that's going to talk about PEDs. There ain't nobody else writing this.
All right,
but Marcus Hayes, so it keeps his paycheck coming in all the time, right? So reading this, and I read the entire thing, you would have to believe that when they say, do the Phillies have a problem, that this starts at the top and it filters his way down. Because when J.C. Romero was suspended for it, they had a different owner. David Montgomery was the face of the franchise back then, not John Middleton.
Was that 09?
09.
Yeah.
It was coming off the World Series, right?
Oh, yeah,
he got released by the Red Sox, and the Phillies picked him up, and it was like, wow, this guy's unbelievable.
He was a stud.
You got a little help from it, right?
Sometimes you need a little help by your friends.
So you would need to believe this is organizational to why players are testing positive for PEDs, right? In other words, through different ownership, and it's the same ownership group, but it's a different head, different GMs, different managers, different trainers, and everybody else. You'd have to believe that this is a Phillies organizational problem. Does anybody actually believe this is a Phillies organizational problem, Sean Bryce? Do you?
No. Plain and simple, no, I don't. I actually don't have, look, as you said, Marcus Hayes, I rolled my eyes. I actually don't have a problem with the writing of the article and asking the question of what's going on here. Maybe we need a little bit more information for the players. Maybe we need some management to butt in here all across, especially in the last year with the players Alvarado.
There's one thing that he said that's clearly not wrong is the players that tested positive and the fact that there's been 3 of them.
Correct.
In the last year.
Yes.
Not even a year.
So I'm with him on that, but to connect the dots all the way back to 09 and try to make the case and really drum it up, that's what he's doing here in a Marcus Hayes fashion.
Whether or not the Phillies wind up missing Rojas, who can return for the regular season on June 25th, he's increased the stigma of the Phillies as a ball club whose players cut corners.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I don't think that. I don't. Could somebody get there, though, if they're not being somebody that's putting out an article for the Inquirer? Could a Phillies fan go, well, what is going on over there? What are they doing?
It's not happening like this on other teams. That's
fair.
That's just legit. Ray, what are your thoughts on all this? Is this a Phillies problem?
I've long thought that the suspensions of Alec Asher and Daniel Stumpf have a lot to do with Johan Rojas and Jose Alvarado being suspended.
Agreed.
That when I saw the Rojas news come down, I was like, man, that Alec Asher suspension a couple years ago, indicative of a massive problem within the Phillies organization dating back to 2009. Because we've gone from Ruben Amaro to Matt Klentak to Dave Dombrowski, and the one thing that's been common about anyone leading this organization is saying, boys, if you don't think you're going to be part of the 26, shoot them up. Take those drugs. Make sure that you end up being with those performance enhancers because that is how you end up on this roster.
Right.
It's a good call.
Yeah, all right.
I thought the same thing with Stump. I didn't say it with Asher.
Fair.
But with Daniel Stump, I was like, you know what? That's kind of like the smoking gun. That's where it started for me with the Phillies.
Like, is it ideal that they end up in this scenario? No. Are we losing our mind over the fact Max Kepler got put into a platoon and saw the career in front of him like falling apart and probably ended up juicing the second half of that season? He ended up with numbers that reflect that of a platoon guy and also reflect that of maybe some of those juicing by the end of the season.
Right.
Okay. Johan Rojas, he was really confronted with the reality that, hey, they want you to be the center fielder. You're not. Did he go down to AAA and say, you know what? The one thing that's going to get me back up there is this. Probably. The Phillies statement for him was not sympathetic at all.
They have a lot to lose and a lot to gain.
Right.
By doing these things.
What happened with Alvarado? Refresh the memory
Alvarado said that he was trying to lose weight. But
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It's never, and again, the player that comes out and says, yep, you caught me.
Right.
We'll be the first.
You got me.
Yeah, we've never seen that before.
All right. They did this, but man, all right, yeah, all 3 of them are indicative of the fact that this team's just all juicing together.
But here's what I mean. Are they telling the players know the risks associated with doing this?
They should.
It's not. I mean, I mean, this is more of a Players Association thing than anything. If you're talking about does Rob Thompson need to have a conversation about juicing? I don't know if they have, what the conversations are, if they bring somebody in from Major League Baseball or the Players Association, speak to him or whatever. But like J.C. Romero in 2009, connecting the dots to Johan Rojas in 2026. Like, all right, dude. Like, you're really reaching.
Stretch Armstrong on that one.
But here's the thing is that, I mean, we'd be naive to think that this isn't happening and all over the place. These guys are just getting caught.
Yeah, I think Ray hit the nail on the head where you have every situation is different. Now, Alvarado put him to the side, but Rojas was in the bigs and then goes down to AAA, and life is completely different there. Kepler, of course, was all around looking for a place that he can lock into, so he went ahead and made a decision. These guys know what they're doing, and they got caught. And there are plenty of players that are still doing it and aren't getting caught. But it is intriguing that it continues to happen to the Phillies. And now this is something that they'll have to answer for. And Marcus Hayes is asking the question. Again, I don't have an issue with writing the article, but connecting and making the case from
Daniel Stumpf.
Yeah, the 26 is a little bit of a stretch there, Marcus.
So Uncle Jamie on the text line says the common thread, a lot of these, and Stumpf wasn't and Alec Asher wasn't, but when you look at some of the suspensions, the foreign players.
Yeah, but Kepler, though.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really say that.
Correct.
Kepler, Stumpf, they were all white guys. Alec Asher as well. So I don't want to say it because I'd have to go look and see how many are from the Dominican, how many are from here, how many are from there.
Yep.
But, like back in the 90s, that wasn't, I mean, you had everybody who was taking steroids.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And while we're having this conversation about organizations, Jerks of Profar has been popped now back-to-back years.
Mm-hmm. Are the Braves a bad organization?
The Braves signed him. He gets popped. He comes back. He gets suspended now a year. It's like, did the Braves not give him the right message, or is it just not getting through to some guys?
All right, so look at all three players for the Phillies that got popped in the last 6 months, whatever it is, right? Alvarado was coming up on a contract year, Ray? Didn't they sign up? Did he have a team option or a player option?
Yeah.
Kepler he could have been released. All the talk was they were going to cut him.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even in baseball right now. And Rojas is more or less, is he a AAA player or is he a major league player? Players that have everything to gain, they have a lot to lose, but they probably have more to gain than to lose. He's going to get an 80-game suspension. He's going to play in Major League Baseball after this.
Yeah, absolutely. And your money, of course.
What has Alvarado lost?
Getting back to and did he get cheered a little bit when he got brought back in there too as well?
Man, I'm not. Lane Johnson,
Paul George.
Yeah, but that's not a PED.
Yeah, well,
that's drugs.
Might as well be.
Right, but Lane Johnson had suspensions for PEDs or whatever. Players are gonna toe that line.
Yep.
And they have everything to gain, and you know what they have to lose? Not getting these big contracts. That's what they have to lose. Now you get suspended once, and then you get popped again. Now your career may be in question. But
I mean, I do PEDs here. I have a caffeine, 24-ounce coffee, right into a Red Bull at noon.
Well, if you did these peptides that we talk about, a lot of them you can't do.
Why not?
It's
they're illegal.
The anti-doping, yeah, you would test positive in.
Well, how are people getting them?
Well, it's not.
Oh,
they can. Some of them can be prescribed. By physicians. It doesn't mean that you can do them if you're a professional athlete.
Well, my doctor doesn't like me. He wouldn't give me GLPs. He's not going to give me peptides.
Word of the street is you are doing the performance enhancers, Sean Price.
Is that right?
Really?
That's just what I hear. At least once a show, you've got something going on.
Oh yeah,
there.
your performance is being enhanced with Blue Chew.
Oh, the Blue Chews, yes. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, let me know. I'm in. The new 4-in-1 Blue Chew Gold. Get the job done. And then.
Right. All right. So Sixers lose last night.
Yeah. There you go.
How many people were watching in Denver with nobody playing?
It went final in the WBC. I go, all right, let's flip over to Sixer. I swear I did not check anything. I had some text messages kind of let me know things weren't going smooth. Flip it over. I think it was 60-29. 60.
Well, it was a 16-point spread, and they easily covered.
Yeah, it's embarrassing. It really is.
Well, you're playing a great team, and your team has a bunch of guys. There's a bunch of players that weren't even in the league last year.
It makes me feel sympathetic for Kate and Ala and, of course, Amy Fadul, who was up to the
Doing that
2
post-game?
o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
No thanks.
Like it's just brutal right now. We got 2 more on the West Coast with Sacramento and who's the other team? Oh, Utah Jazz. I'm so dumbfounded when it comes to this team right now, and it really does hurt my brain because this is the team. This is the number one. I want to be the PA announcer, John Marks. This is a dream job.
That's
sir.
right.
And now
taking over for Matt Cord.
Well, yeah, look, we're not pushing anybody out the door just yet.
Well, he's announced his retirement.
He did.
You can openly lobby for it.
I want to see the Sixers win a championship for Mr. Cord. However, I got tuned in last night and I'm just like, no, I'm not. I'm going to bed. We got March Madness here. I'm not watching this. Nope, not getting any of my time.
Yeah, I'm out.
And JoJo, come on, man. Anytime you're ready.
So there's an interesting cut from Jared McCain. And Ray, what was he talking about? How was he set up for this?
He was set up, basically asked, have you ever seen a big man like Hartenstein that can set a screen and become a highlight play?
All right, here it is.
I know you hit the shots, but have you been around any other bigs that can make screening a highlight play?
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah. Even when I was in Philly, Joe would do that with Tyrese, and I was like, dang, that's really cool right there. So being able to be a part of it is really, really fun. Playing with Hart, Jay Will, Chad, they're all elite bigs, so I'm excited to play with them.
There you go.
Little dig. Yeah, Nurse. That's the way I took it.
I mean, there should be. I think it's fairly obvious that Nurse, and this isn't a reason for Morey to trade him because Nick Nurse can't find a creative way to use McCain. I mean, you fire Nick Nurse if he can't figure it out. Is Nick Nurse going to get? You going to go whacked?
Yeah.
After the season, great. Another coach. Awesome.
Versus running it back?
Well, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's like Mark DeRosa. You can't run him back for 2029 at the
According to
WBC.
him, you can.
No, you cannot.
He's already lobbying for it.
You cannot.
Misread the calculation.
He's misreading the calculations on that one.
Guys dragging to that.
No, he had 2 opportunities. We have not won it. Get out.
All right, we have to at least let you hear him campaign for himself, right?
Well,
we have it. All right, play it. Let's go to it.
I didn't know this.
I didn't know we were.
Oh, man.
Yeah, go ahead, play it.
It would be 100% yes to do it again. I'd love to get over the finish line. Not only is it 2 times, but 3-2 both times.
No.
Why? If you saw how hurting the guys were in that locker room right now, you'd know why. I mean, for some reason, this WBC has become a tidal wave of emotion for a lot of guys. You get them in the room, representing their country, coming together for 2.5 weeks. The buy-in, it's infectious in there. Yeah, special group to be a part of. Proud of the way we represented USA.
Good. Yep. Good. No, yeah, and you should be proud. I'm not here to say that you shouldn't be proud.
Well, the guys were down because they were the favorites again to win, and they lost in the championship game. I'd be down too.
Yeah, D-Row. Exactly, John. You were a minus 250 favorites. This is the deepest roster that this team has ever put together for this tournament. You have to finish the job, and you did not. I've had enough. No, he's had 2 opportunities. Go, run. No. This isn't your lifelong career here. Like, go back to the MLB network.
Yeah, and you'll like him again.
Absolutely. He is good on television.
All right.
He's got the gift of gab. He's a dude.
He does?
Oh, he does. Not in front of the microphone, but he can do it on television.
Not as a manager.
Correct.
All right. Well, there you go.
How do we get? Oh, Nick Nurse. Yeah, Nick Nurse too. Gone. See ya. This isn't a lifelong job.
So what's going to be left for the Sixers?
Do you let Morey hire another coach?
No. Need new direction.
I've been saying this for a couple weeks now.
The problem is you have an owner that is dealing with all sorts of nonsense in his world, so he can't step to a microphone. They have to make some serious decisions. Now, however, one of the decisions that will be really easy is the public address announcement. That's me right here. Next year.
Sean. That's easy.
That's easy. That's an easy one, Josh. But what happens with the future of the franchise, general manager, coach, all that, that's difficult. The guy announcing the teams, the names, that's
right,
me.
Well, listen, don't be firing the coach in case he comes back. Don't fire the coach. Just remain positive. If you want that job, you better just remain quiet when we talk about the Sixers.
Done.
I'll take care of ripping them.
All right, done.
All right,
thank you.
Because you can't be the public address announcer and be calling for the coach to be fired. That might be.
You're probably right.
And again, he wouldn't be the coach when you get the job.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, does Josh Harris want to pay Another coach? You have to pay. Nick Nurse is under contract, right? Now you have to pay him.
Nick wants a lot like A.J. Brown. Nick Nurse wants something new.
He does?
He's just not telling you.
Yeah, he wants to get paid and not coach the team anymore.
Oh, isn't that the dream?
All right, coming up, it is. I wish I had that kind of contract. But we don't have those kind of contracts. We get nothing. Get rid of us. All right, coming up, we have 2 more knockout candidates. Also, some fun from Alex Caruso last night. Did you see this, Sean?
I did. It was unbelievable.
All right, Alex
So
Caruso doing something I've never seen before.
So good.
That's coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Second place finish. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Last night, Team USA falling to Team Venezuela 3-2 in the WBC final. Bryce Harper, a 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. It was not enough. Venezuela scored the go-ahead run in the top of the 9th inning. Second consecutive tournament in which Team USA comes in second. Looking to the NFL now, the big story remains A.J. Brown. Adam Schefter joined Kincade Salciunas earlier today and talked about the future of A.J.
Do you believe that at one point A.J. and his camp have said, yes, we would prefer to be elsewhere?
Yes, I think that's been conveyed at certain points, yes.
We'll see if A.J. Brown remains an Eagle. Hollywood Brown will be an Eagle, signing a 1-year deal worth up to $6.5 million yesterday to join the wide receiver room for the Birds. Nuggets won 124-96 over the 76ers last night. Flyers out in Anaheim tonight. They've got the Ducks. That one starts at 10 o'clock. You can listen to it right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by TextNow. Some people still pay $100 a month for a phone service. TextNow gives you 5G without the 5-figure commitment. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited freedom to switch things up. Try Text Now today. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic.
Really good one.
Who sings it?
Is this
You want to say it. You're about to say it.
Ween?
No.
No, who you got?
Wheatus.
Damn it.
Close.
Yeah, that wouldn't have pulled that one.
All right, couple things here. The Davis Honda text line. Feel the Davis difference at Davis Honda in Burlington. That's text and voice text. And we got some people that want to be in the knockout tournament. Ray?
I'd love to get the tickets. I'm a plumber, New Jersey. My name is George. I am 48 years old. I'd love a night just to try to have some fun and meet you guys, which your show is awesome. But, hey, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'd love to try.
George the plumber from Jersey, I kind of want to meet him.
That's awesome. I think it's funny how you messed around and said age, and now everybody's starting to like, dude.
Let's do age. What do I care?
You know, give me the credit card number while you're at it, please, with the 3-digit code on the back, because you got to have that.
Yeah, because the regular card doesn't.
No, yeah.
Zip code would be nice, too.
Oh, that too. Yeah, sometimes you need that. You know, back in the day, I was an idiot. I did dumb things, but I remember I ordered chairs from Labatt. I was in high school, junior year, and I ordered chairs from Labatt Blue. I just threw a random number in there. 6 weeks later, I show up at my house, and there's 2 boxes, gigantic Canadian flag, or like the flower or whatever, the leaf on the side of the box. I could not believe it. Yeah, true story. Got 2 Labatt Blue chair. This is like 97, 98.
You threw a random credit card number in?
I was an idiot.
No, I know, but like, I mean,
don't do that.
Credit card fraud aside.
Yeah, that's probably
I guess my
right.
point is, right, wouldn't you say to throw a random credit card number in there's like a 1 in a billion
it went
chance
through.
that it would work?
I don't even know.
That's kind of incredible.
Next
outside of the legality of it.
It was, yeah, that too. It was one of those chairs where you could push back and next to you.
So what did you do?
I kept. The old man goes, I guess we'll keep them until someone comes and picks them up.
Until the police show up?
Yes. I don't know.
Somebody's freaking out. Their credit card number got stolen.
Yeah,
It's
really.
Just you typing in random numbers.
I
in
didn't steal
succession.
anything. I was just an idiot, and I threw a number in there, and it popped. And
All right, so this is for the YouTube chat and the text line. How many people actually believe it was a random number?
I swear on that. Hand in the air.
No, I know, but that's like literally. I think you have a better chance of hitting the Powerball than that.
I would imagine that, like, I don't even. We're talking 90. Remember the computers back in those days. They didn't remember things. There wasn't like,
Well, there wasn't really computers.
Yeah, it was
back
computer class. And I was like, threw it in there. Next thing you know, 6 weeks later.
Wait,
Right.
You ordered these chairs while in school?
In school. Yeah, I was a maniac, dude. I was out of my mind.
I'd say that Sean may be the first host, certainly on the station, but maybe anywhere, to admit to credit card fraud on the air.
Well, look, I think
Bold.
statute of limitations has to play.
Well, I'm not
here.
saying you're going to get arrested.
Okay, good. Yeah, and that was a one-time deal. I wasn't like that. That did shake me a little bit.
More daring, trying to solve the argument with his wife by going to the bar at 3 and proudly announcing that on the air, or proudly announcing credit card fraud on the air?
That.
Again, statute of
Because that
limitations.
happened last week.
Labatt ain't coming for me. They shipped the chairs.
Would it be great if Sean left and the Bala Cynwyd police were waiting for him? Sean Brace, like for you to come with us for questioning?
Who from the show leaks that one to Crossing Broad?
Bad boys.
Me. Me.
The boxes were gigantic.
All right, give us another knockout candidate there, Ray.
Hi, fellas. This is Kevin Miller with Born to Hoop. I'm not giving up that easy.
Ooh.
I grew up on the blacktop playing knockout, 21, rough house, taps, curveball. Pretty much any game you could play with a basketball, we played. We played until the streetlights came on, went home, ate dinner, went back out and played jailbreak until curfew. There was no basketball trainers.
All right, I've had enough. We don't need to know. Kevin called in earlier, and I appreciate the fact that he's now texting. Because I've shown you want it. You want in, you want in.
That was Kevin.
That was Kevin.
Oh.
That was our call that he called earlier.
Oh.
Born to Hoop.
Yeah,
he can't double up.
Well, I mean, sometimes you want people to know, like, hey, I really want this job. He really wants a spot.
You had to look. You got one opportunity to bring it.
He brought it.
You don't get do-overs.
So George the plumber, I like because it was very simple. Hi, I'm George the plumber, and I'm 48, and I really like your show, and I'd like to be in the knockout tournament.
I like that too as well.
All right, we were going to do Alex Caruso, but Bill Colarulo came in here a short time ago. I don't know where Florio said this.
It was like his podcast.
Is it his PFT Live that he does with
Chris Sims?
With Chris Sims.
Yep.
So, and I gotta pull up because this Dove Kleeman guy is the one that actually put it out there.
Yeah, we don't support Dove.
I mute him. I can't take him.
I mute him. I block all those people.
All right. So he says, this is Florio's quote. They got scared off by, and they're talking about an A.J. Brown trade to the Rams. They got scared off by the preliminary medical research. It was too much of an investment for a player at his age. With the audio, here's Mike Florio.
They got scared off by some of the, as I'm told, preliminary medical research. They decided too much of an investment for a player at this age, general wear and tear. You know, we're not going to do it. But they were lining it all up.
Yeah.
So if they get A.J. Brown, they trade Devontae Adams. They were looking for trade partners for Devontae.
There you go. What's to look for?
Which team said that they got
Rams.
scared? The Rams got scared.
The
That's what
Rams
I thought.
were lining it up.
Yeah, because I hear Devontae Adams, and I was like, huh.
But wasn't it fairly known that there's knee issues with AJ, and I believe it'll affect how much the Eagles get back for him. But he's been managing these knees. He hasn't missed time because of it. But the last thing you want to hear is a guy that, and by the way, he's not a speed guy. So even though his game isn't strict speed, you also can't have him running a 4.9 40.
Well, especially if you're giving up what it will take to get him.
Exactly. Right. A first and a second.
Man.
Or whatever.
All right. So that took a little deeper dive there than what we've heard so far. And 24, he did miss. Was that because of the knees? He did miss 4 games in 24.
But it was hamstring.
All right. So he did miss 4 games in 24. He missed 2 games last year, right? Wasn't the wisdom teeth one? It was something ridiculous. But look, when we were talking about this last week, I was like, wait a minute, what are the injury concerns? So it's not like top of mind for a lot of people out there.
All right, 2020. So this was the 2023 season, but it was January 24. He suffered a grade 2 MCL sprain. He previously had surgery on both knees in January of 2021, and has managed chronic knee issues requiring drainage.
That's not good.
Yeah, so he's got a knee history.
Drainage.
Yep. What do you think, Ray?
Not what do you want to hear about a guy they're trying to trade.
Yeah.
Or a guy that's going to be on your roster next year.
Is AJ back? I might have to adjust my percentage for the first time in 2 weeks.
All right,
Back down to 60.
All right, so question. Where does Florio get this from? Who benefits the most from this getting out there? Patriots. Patriots.
Yeah.
Or a team that wants him.
So, yes.
But it can't just be like, hey, look, this is the reality of this really took place. And
like it really happened, and it's also, hey, this really happened. Stop acting like the knees aren't an issue. This is why the value is what we say the value is. And now that it's public, now it's going to be, all right, well, like you're dealing with a player that has compromised knees. So you're going to give us we're going to give a first and a second round draft pick for him? Hell no. Jalen Waddle's he's healthy. A little bit younger and healthy. He hasn't been the same player. He's not as good as A.J. Brown. But if A.J. Brown has bad knees, even if he's only 18 months older than him, he's got bad knees.
Damn, AJ, they're coming at you like that.
Yep.
They're calling you an old man, AJ. What are you going to say about it? Take to the Midday show here on 97.5 The Fanatic and voice that frustration, AJ. Let them know that those knees are fine.
Let them know.
No drainage.
No drainage.
Drain nothing.
Well, I think it was reported that it was,
okay.
it was drained.
Sorry.
All right, coming up, YouTube chat recap, and we'll play this. We'll just talk about the Alex Caruso things coming up for a second in last night's game. It's pretty funny. That's next. Don't go anywhere. All right, let's talk about my hair for a second because that's not going anywhere either. See what I did there? Morgenstern Hair Restoration. The results are amazing right now. If you contact them and you get a hold of their hair team, because they're the same ones that did my hair transplant, the results are amazing. But reach out to them because right now they're including a free Amated treatment with your hair transplant procedure. That's a $1,000 value, absolutely free. So check it out. What that does is that's keeping your hair fresh. That's keeping your hair healthy and growing, and it's non-invasive, painless. There's no needles. It's supporting the rest of your hair, so everything looks great. So we're talking about all stages of hair loss here. You may need or want a hair transplant like I had. Maybe you're just starting to go bald. Maybe you are like, I'm okay, but I don't want to lose any more hair. Guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose more hair. That's why you get with Morgenstern Hair, because they can keep your existing hair, all stages of hair loss. And we're talking about many different ways. non-invasive treatment. We talked earlier in the show about vitamin supplementation. Science in 2026, you can really keep your hair, and you want to get with the team that has over 30 years of experience when it comes with hair. They did my hair. I trust them. They can do your hair as well. Here's their number, 610-831-HAIR. 610-831-HAIR. Offices, Lancaster, Wayne, Pennsylvania, Ballard, Kinwood. So there's someone close to you. 610-831-HAIR. The website is morgansternhair.com. That's Morgan with an E. morgansternhair.com.
No hot.
That's how Ray ends every Wednesday.
With the Harlem Shake.
Yep. There's a GIF with Ray doing the Harlem Shake.
That was a big deal.
Yep. All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Live on Friday from Parks Casino. Be in the sports book.
Oh, yeah.
Watching all the games.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that. So stop on out. Parks Casino, conveniently located right off 95, Pennsylvania Turnpike in Bensalem. See everybody out there.
Going to stick around for a little bit afterwards, too. Hang out. I know Ray will be hitting the highway down to Xfinity Mobile. I was actually looking at tickets last night, but I'm going to hang out.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the wife has given me the green light.
Man, you get lots of green lights.
Well, I get a lot of green lights during college hoops championship, week, and then March Madness.
Okay. So that's the extended. Yeah,
Plus, we're working.
Yeah, I know we're working. We're working.
It's always a good one when you can say you're working.
It is. So last night, Alex Caruso, is he a forward or a guard? I guess he's a forward, right? Defensive specialist, guard. He's a championship type player. He's a good rotation guy.
Man.
For sure. So someone's driving. I don't even know who it was, but someone's for Oklahoma City. Someone's driving down the lane, and Caruso lost his shoe.
Yeah.
And it happened to be in his hand. Here's how it sounded on the broadcast last night.
Wendell to Bancaro. This to De Silva. Nice movement there. De Silva had the shot blocked, but a foul. Maybe not. Courtney Kirkland.
Well, it stopped when he says it. Did he block it with his shoe?
It's literally on our TV right now.
Yeah, so Caruso blocked the shot with his shoe.
Correct.
And it wasn't up in the air block. It's like he's reaching over, blocked it with his shoe.
Well, he was backpedaling. It pops off. He grabs it. Next thing you know, he goes to make, a defensive play, and he went over there, and he did hit it. He hit the ball.
He blocked the shot with the shoe.
With the shoe.
He did.
It was classic.
Now, do you know what happens if you block the shot with a shoe?
I assume it's a technical foul.
And it's goaltending, so you get the bucket, and then it's a technical foul.
Interesting.
Correct.
What happens in baseball when you throw the glove? Because I know
at the ball.
Yeah, you can't do that either.
You cannot do that.
There's no technical foul.
It's an out. Well, no, it would be like a ground rule double or something.
It's got to be run around first, give him the base or something.
I don't know. Caruso talked about it after the game. I don't know if this is cut well or not, but Caruso talked about it after the game. So here's what he said.
Yeah, I've never been in that situation before, and I just was like, I don't know, it came next to me, and I was like, well, I just thought I was going to block it, and it would be, I honestly don't know what I thought the call would be. I didn't know it was going to be a goaltending and a tag. Right. If I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have done it. Okay. Because it's 3 points, automatic bucket.
That's enough. We don't anymore. Yeah, so I didn't know that either.
How about this? Throwing a glove at a batted ball is illegal under the attached equipment rule. That's 5.064C if you're keeping score at home, which states that if a glove intentionally touches a fair batted ball, all runners, including the batted runner, are awarded 3 bases.
Get out.
If the glove hits a thrown ball, it is a 2-base award. How well about that?
All right.
We're learning here.
So you can't take your shoe off and use it to deflect the ball.
No.
And he probably just picked it up because it fell off and he was going to put it on. And then he turned around. The guy's driving, and his instinct is to stop it.
Yeah, I was looking at his laces. They're laced up pretty loosely. It's like, come on, man, tighten up.
1 o'clock hour of the show brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restoration. Championship results. Morgenstern Hair Restoration. 610-831-HAIR. 3 locations: Wayne, Pennsylvania; Bala Kinwood; Lancaster, Pennsylvania. All right, we got to decide the knockout. It feels like, I don't know. I don't know where Sean's going. I don't know where Ray's going here. What are your thoughts on the knockout? We had a bunch of good applicants trying to get in the tournament. We had Kevin, who doubled up, but Sean didn't seem to like the fact he doubled up.
I like the first call, but the double up seems a little aggressive. I'm not hating it, but...
We had Mike in Bristol.
Okay.
We had Zach. And then we had George the plumber.
I was a big fan of Mike, of them.
Mike in Bristol?
Yeah. I believe he was trained his entire life for this. I think he was.
That's right. He did say that.
Yeah.
For it. Yep. Sean?
Yeah, I'm going to back Ray up on this one.
Well, I kind of like George the plumber.
Yeah.
But you guys have 2 votes, and Mike in Bristol was very good as well.
All right.
So Mike in Bristol, you're the winner for today. Congratulations.
Nice work.
There you go.
Hey, now.
All right. George the plumber, keep calling, man. I love the fact that he's just like, I just love your show, and My name's George the Plumber.
And come on to a broadcast. We'll be at Parks. We'll be at Maggie's for opening day.
Correct.
Let's go.
I'm probably going to get in touch with Born to Hoop just for my own personal benefit. Kevin, don't you worry.
You trying to win some prizes at like the boardwalk?
I mean, I'd like the jump shot to be fixed. If I'm going to spend so much time at basketball courts, I'd
Does
like
that have to do with Ricky?
Not sure that jump shot's fixable. Just saying.
You haven't seen it.
I've been watching the video. I've been watching videos. Just because I haven't been working here doesn't mean I haven't been paying attention to who's running the hallways over the years.
Yep.
You've been tapped in to the Fanatic knockout videos.
I saw.
I have not until I started working here.
I was going to say.
I didn't see any of them.
The only reason I could maybe believe you on that is they put it on Phillies pregame to really irritate Ricky last year.
How about that?
That was great. I enjoyed that.
I'm sure Ricky appreciated that.
You suck.
All right, let's get to the YouTube chat recap. Boom.
It's time for the YouTube chat recap.
How about filling us in? Let me tell you something else, man.
Watch us live on YouTube every single weekday.
I can't lie. Let me tell you something.
It's the Middays with Marks YouTube chat recap.
Hit me.
It was one game. Jury is out if he's still elite, but Harper is certainly clutch. Colby from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, Colby, this whole elite thing, I have heavy fatigue with it. I think Bryce Harper is what he is, which is still a good player. And sometimes you have better seasons than others, right? He's not Aaron Judge. He's never been Aaron Judge. But can he be 35 home run, 280, 100? Yeah, he can definitely be like that.
Oh, yeah. Are you more fatigued with elite or A.J. Brown wanting to be traded? Where you at?
I still kind of like the A.J. Brown trade thing, but
right.
it's the fatigue is the people that say he's never wanted to be traded. It's not true. That's where the fatigue is.
Understood.
All right, what's next?
Hey, Ray, when John says practice shooting your shot for knockout, I think he means shooting a basketball, not building your extensive Rolodex after you enter the garage bar. Dawood Spriggs from the YouTube chat.
Yep.
Love the garage.
Have you had some luck recently, Ray?
I've met a few people recently.
Oh, any dates?
That's not really in right now in the calendar. It's got to be a Saturday night or not.
Have you been app dating, or are these just people at the bar?
Both.
So you've been active on the apps?
I'm active on the apps.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank God apps were not around when I was there.
The only apps I'm active are when I get at Olive Garden or whatever.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Shipping Prime.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I need to find an open night to actually go on one of these dates, but when that happens, look forward to it.
You can find some time. I need a report the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe one of those two things. I'll
Bring
find
her
the time.
in.
Well, you know what happened before?
Grab a microphone.
Ray went on a couple dates with a chick, and then Colarulo played it up too much on the air.
Ooh.
And then it was over.
Yeah. We had a what are we conversation, and we had gotten the we're moving a little fast thing.
Whoa.
And then
Hold on,
Colarulo,
you had that conversation with her?
Whoa.
we had that conversation. And Colarulo then referred to her as my girlfriend on the air, which was the entire antithesis of that entire conversation.
What are we conversation? Man, that sends shivers down my spine.
Yeah. Anyways, what's next on the YouTube chat recap?
Go ahead.
I think we kind of have to adjust what elite means, to be fair. I don't expect Harper to be a Judge or
Right.
Ohtani. They are aliens. MBD from the YouTube chat.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Bryce Harper could be an all-star level player, but he's not going to be. Aren't the elite players those type of players? Kyle Schwarber had an elite season. How Bryce Harper becomes an MVP is the Phillies are good, and he checks a lot of the boxes. 30-some home runs, 100 RBIs, 280, and of course he's Bryce Harper, which everybody loves. All right, give me more.
I imagine Mike in Bristol for the knockout tournament is just going to be Mikey Miss in a Chad Powers type situation.
That's right.
Pat from Ambler.
That's right, Mike in Bristol. Let's do it. And Mike has a good jump shot.
That would be awesome.
He used to tell us.
That's good.
Mike shows up in a pair of sweatpants. Any more, Ray?
John rationing chips and grapes actually makes sense. Otherwise, how is he going to afford his $60 haircuts? If Bayless from the YouTube chat.
It's about what they cost.
Wow. Thank God I'm bald.
Well, with the tip, they're more than 60.
Oh, man. It's a heck of a tip.
No, that's what it costs. Yeah,
20%?
No, it's more than that. $20.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah, but it's not 100 though. So it's more than 20%. But
Sheesh.
yeah, it's a $20 tip.
All right.
All right.
How about you?
Coming up next, the guys are breaking everything down. We'll talk to you tomorrow.